Guys, like the vid, subscribe, smash the like button, smash the like button, smash the like button. Like the vid, guys, like the vid, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Smash that like button. We have a lot of things to talk about tonight. A lot to talk about. Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Nkunku Unveiled, Nico Jackson, Moise Caicedo, Azpilcueta, Sandro Tonali, and Marcus Thuram. We're gonna talk a lot tonight. Tonight we're gonna have a discussion. Tonight we're gonna talk a lot of transfer. Some fantastic transfer, some transfer I don't even believe it's gonna happen. Mendy, Edward Mendy, Koulibaly, and Hakim Ziyech. We're gonna have a serious discussion. And Chelsea also buying a share as Strasbourg in France. Like the vid, subscribe, smash the like button, get that freaking likes up, get that likes up, get that likes up, get that smash the like button, get that freaking likes up. Like that damn video. Let's go, my people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, my people, I wanna do now. Smash the like button, like the video, like the video, like the video. Subscribe, smash the like button. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Freaking lot to talk about. Mason Mount saga from to United. Another third big has been rejected. United submitted 40 plus add-ons. It was rejected. 50 plus 5 million. It was rejected. And Chelsea want 56.5 plus 7 million add-ons, everything being close to 65 million. And I think a deal will be agreed. Kai Havertz to Arsenal, 70 million euro, done deal. Marcus Thuram on a free as a free agent to Inter Milan, done deal. Sandro Tonali of AC Milan to Newcastle, done deal. 70 million plus add-ons, close to 85 million. 9-year contract to Newcastle, done deal. Nicola Jackson to Chelsea, done deal. Release clause has been triggered, done deal. Christopher Nkunku has been unveiled as Chelsea player, is official. Cesar Azpilcueta, Chelsea captain, is officially moving away from Chelsea as he's going to join Inter Milan on a 2-year deal, done deal. So many stuff is going to be talking about, and Moises Caicedo to Chelsea potentially next week will potentially be done because Chelsea is about to finalize the deal for Mason, and one Messi's deal is being done to United. We're gonna go all out for Moses Caicedo. But wow, this is a crazy transfer. Kalidou Koulibaly to Saudi Arabia, Edward Mendy to Saudi Arabia, and Hakim Ziyech to Saudi Arabia. Wow, 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 wow. This rebuild is something I didn't believe could happen, but wow, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Like I said, is Chelsea a big club? Like what Blaise always said, yes. Chelsea is a big club. How much are we gonna get from the player we are selling? Mason is 70, we get 70 for Arsenal. United, Chelsea already telling United, we want 65. Give us 65, it's gonna happen. So, guys, like I said, I'm so happy. Mason Kai is leaving. Potentially, the farm boys is gonna follow them to their respective club. One is moving to North London. The other one is moving to Manchester. I am so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so blessed. In fact, I'm over the moon. I'm dancing Makosa because those two need to freaking go. One get a banner, the boy who has a dream, who has a fake dream and a fake passport. Fake dream and a fake passport. But Ngolo Kante didn't get a banner at Stamford Bridge. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But firstly, let me talk about, let's see, how do we start from? Let's talk about Cesar Azpilcueta first. Because I was shocked when I saw the news. I was shocked when I saw the news moving to Inter Milan. Cesar Azpilicueta moving to Inter Milan on a 2-year deal. For me, 11 years. Wow. 11 years and he's moving to Inter Milan. Wow. I can't say no more. I cannot say no more because Aspi has given his all. He's done whatever he wants to do. He's giving his all. And I can't fault Aspi. I cannot fault him because he's giving his all for the team. And whether people like it or not, 11 years is not a joke. And kudos to us, kudos to Cesar. He's giving his all for Chelsea. 11 years is won every trophy that needed to be won in Chelsea. And shout out to Cesar, magnificent captain. Because if you look at Chelsea players who has lasted longer for Chelsea, Cesar is part of them. We can talk about Mikel, Drogba, Lampard, maybe John Terry, but Cesar is like 11 years. He's won the Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, so many trophies that has been won in Chelsea. He's won it. He's won so many trophies. So him living on free and terminating his contract is a little bit iffy for me because, like I said, I would love Cesar to stay, but terminating his contract and leaving is something kind of very, very scary for me because I want Cesar to kind of leave on a very good term, but Chelsea terminating his contract and telling him to go, it makes me happy. The rebuild need to start. The rebuild need to freaking start, man. We need to sell players to make money. We have to. We have to sell players to make money. We don't have time to start push around, push around, push around, start nitpicking. I'm tired of nitpicking, man. I'm tired of nitpicking. We gotta sell players to make money. And Chelsea is a big club. If we cannot sell players to make money, we don't deserve to be a big club. We do not deserve to be a big club. So the rebuild must start. And I think the rebuild has started. I'm happy. Azpilicueta is leaving. He's a wonderful captain. I can't fault him. He's given his 11 years in Chelsea. Magnificent, magnificent, magnificent success for Chelsea. Premier League winners, Champions League winners, Europa League winners. Aspi, congratulations on your move to Inter Milan. 2-year deal. I'm not gonna fault you. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. I'm not faulting you. You deserve to go. You deserve everything. But my expectation for you was to leave next year, next summer when the season finish as a free agent. I never expected Chelsea to terminate the contract, but it is what it is. Sometimes in business, you gotta do what you have to do to get a deal done. So, Cesar, magnificent captain. Adios, brother. Inter Milan, you got a very fantastic player in Cesar. Go there and go shine there. You deserve to go to a club where you're gonna play more. Are you're not gonna play more in Chelsea? Two new right back incoming. James and Gusto is gonna be there. You're gonna be the third player. So a new captain will be summoned in August. We don't know who's gonna be. It might be Silva, it might be someone else. We'll see. But shout out to you, Caesar. You've given your whole, and I can't fault you. I'm happy for you leaving Inter Milan. You got a very good player in your hand. Magnificent. Cesar Azpilicueta, adios to you, brother. Nothing more to say. Mr. Cow, how you doing, sir? Good evening to you, brother.
Good evening, Abdullah. How are you?
Ogaka, Adeo, Chewakpa.
Are you back or are you still
I'm still in Nigeria. I go
okay?
back next month.
What's the time there now? It's not. She should be around midnight.
Yes, midnight. Yeah, my wife knows I'm doing some, so she's okay.
Okay.
So, bro, your take on them Cesar Azpilcueta to Inter Milan?
Ah, he has done his time. What is she? What is she?
11 years.
He's done. Yeah, that's more than enough. 11 years is more than enough.
Hmm.
More than enough. He deserves. Did he go on a free transfer?
Yeah, just is gonna terminate his contract and he's gonna go
Yeah,
on it.
good. Let him go on a free transfer. Can enjoy his retirement. He has done
Mhm.
enough. That's why I
Yeah,
like people who stay and work hard for the club and stay a long time. They deserve to go on a free transfer to whatever they
yeah,
want. That should be the carrot.
yeah,
If you stay for a lot, also you do well. After a while, you
hmm
go on a free transfer. You can choose what you want to
yeah.
do, make your money, go into the sunset.
I'm not gonna fault him because for me he deserves to go.
Yeah.
Nothing more can any Chelsea fan come out and tell me bullshit about him. He
No,
deserves to go.
no.
Deserve
Well,
it, Cesar.
you have done
Deserve
well.
to go.
You have done well.
Yeah, he's done very well. He deserve to go to Inter Milan. Cesar, I have nothing to say. I can't fault you because you deserve to earn your money. If you want to retire, retire. I can't say anything more. Go to Serie A, go play your football in Serie A, enjoy yourself. Because for me, Serie A is like a retired club for me, where a player like 35, 32, 33 goes there and just enjoy themselves, play their football and enjoy. That's it. Adieu to you, brother. Wonderful captain. So I can't fault you. 11 years serving a club. Wow. Shout out, brother. Shout out. Nothing more to say. Shout out to you, Cesar Spiqueta, on joining Inter Milan. Go enjoy yourself and make some money. Make that money. Nothing more to say. Make that money. Make that freaking money. Make that money. So, Mr. Carl, now let's have a very, very short discussion. I rate this guy very, very highly, but my problem is, does he worth the money?
Who's
No.
that?
Yes, but I'm confused. Sandro Tonali to Newcastle.
He's a
Don't
player.
do.
Whatever a club wants to pay for him now. I mean, Chelsea paid 120 for Enzo now.
Yeah,
So whatever the club wants to pay, that's what the guy's worth to them. It's simple.
yeah.
We
Do you
don't
think?
we,
How
we
do
don't
you
agree
risk
with it.
Tonali and Newcastle getting him with the money?
I mean, again, that's what they can afford. That's what they need, and they pay the money.
Mhm.
And this, it's good for them. The issue will now be if they don't make top four and they're struggling next season
Mhm.
under Eddie Howe. How does that help them financially going forward? So I
Yep.
don't know. For me, it's the most money thing. We've gotten to the point where I mean, when Neymar goes for 200 something million, you can see what is he worth that? Was he worth that to
Mhm.
France to Paris?
Yep.
Not
Yep.
really. These are billionaire clubs doing big things. So they want to pay that kind of money. It's up to them. That's their problem.
Wow.
You know, that's how I see it, Sha.
Yeah, because people say, does it worth it? Is it really good enough?
He's
Does it
worth it
worth the
to
money?
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle United. Yeah,
He's worth it to Newcastle. If there's no worth it, they won't pay that money.
I
Are you
agree.
following?
Yep.
So the player's worth whatever club wants to pay for him. Now you want to compare. You can't compare numbers to numbers. It's just nowadays. It's just there's no. I mean, it is what it is. 70 million euro fee. That's not bad for it's a Premier League tax now. You come to Premier League, they jack up the price.
Yep. And I think
Is,
AC
is
Milan and
Belling
Inter Milan need money.
is
Need the money.
Bellingham worth that money? The
Nope.
guy's overrated for me. Totally overrated.
I don't
Completely.
even
And what will
rate Bellingham.
happen at Real Madrid to Bellingham is that in the next 4 or 5 months, the white flags are going to come out. Handkerchiefs are going to come out. I guarantee. Watch. Mark this day.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
Madrid fans start waving the right white flag. That who is this person that we're getting? The guy doesn't do anything. Doesn't score. Doesn't control the midfield. He runs around like his head cut off. That's what will happen. Watch. Watch. I mean, the
Because
poorest season that Dortmund in the worst season that Bayern Munich ever had in the past 10 years, this guy couldn't even carry Dortmund to the title or win one trophy in the worst season that
with how
Bayern
good
Munich
enough
ever
is,
had.
is even Bellingham for him to go for
This
that
is the
money.
problem because they've hyped him in England. The guy went from Birmingham to Dortmund. He doesn't score many goals, doesn't give many assists. He runs around, he shouts around. All of a sudden, he's the biggest since sliced bread. They build him up. Madrid, buy him for 80 million, and now we shall see.
Yeah,
Now
because
we shall see.
this Tonali guy, man, it's like for me, it's like because I'm confused with his position. Is he a register? Is he a box to box? I'm a little bit confused with the way he plays
What does he play
football.
for Inter Milan? For Milan? For AC Milan?
Inter Milan play 4-2-3-1.
What does he play for AC? He plays for AC, right?
Yes, AC Milan. Yeah, I think he play more of a register,
But
if I'm not mistaken.
what is the register?
Okay, the way Jorginho plays,
He plays as number 6.
yes, number 6 year, but
Is he really
sometimes he
number
plays
6? If he's the number
more as
6,
a
then why are they playing 4-2-3-1? If he's the double, if he has to play a double 6, why is he playing? I mean, the best number 6s in the world are the ones who play like a single 6. Let's think of a Sergio Busquets, for example, right?
yeah,
He's a single 6. Fernandinho was a single 6.
yeah,
Roger was a single 6 for a while. Was Casemiro a single 6? He was at one point
yeah,
when he was younger, right? They play a single 6. They can move around the box to box. They can move around. They build up the play. They break up the play. They do the dirty job of in the midfield. Keep the ball moving. Keep the game ticking over. Is this guy that? Is he that? Because when I watched
I'm
the
not
AC
sure
Milan
if
Inter game,
double.
he
I'm
went
not sure if it's
missing.
double 6 or he play more as a box to box. I'm confused with his role as a player, though.
So
That's my
what you see,
confusion.
whatever Newcastle feel, they feel they need him. Fine, you go get him. I,
Yeah.
the question for me is, what's Newcastle's ambition next year?
So are they exactly? Are they finish? Where are they gonna finish? Are they because I think next season is gonna be 5 teams, right? In the UCL, 5 teams, right?
2 years, be 5. Yeah, five.
So where would they finish? Because I don't see Arsenal within the league. For me,
I
we're gonna
mean,
come to them. Well,
so there are a couple of things, right? I mean, clearly I think Liverpool will be there, City will be there, United will be there at 3. I think so. Then the
Chelsea
question
also will
now
be there.
becomes, between Chelsea, Arsenal, those are the 2, right, in that 5. Because Chelsea don't
So where
have
do?
European football, so they have time to rest and recover and play again.
Yeah.
Arsenal will have the quality to be able to at least make it there. So Newcastle are going to be what, 6th, 7th? Is that yeah? As Tottenham, Spurs would be trying to steal a spot, but I don't feel they. I just don't think they do anything again next year. I think 7th probably the best they do.
But the problem now, what does Newcastle want to do? Do they finish third? Do they finish second? How far can they go? Buying
It's like
Tonali.
Newcastle. I think what will happen to Newcastle will be Newcastle get knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League, right? They'll get knocked out, and then because they're going to have a very tough group because they're in pot 3 or pot 4, which means that they have to play some of the very, very top teams. Thinking about Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, they have to play the Bayern Munich. They're going to be getting one of those groups for the more than likely. They get knocked out of the Champions League. They drop into Europa League. And drop into Europa League, that's when the aperture opens up. That's when the window opens up for them to try and win the Europa League. But then that also depends on who drops from the Champions League. Are you following me?
Yeah.
But it's a good chance for them to go for it. They win the Europa League, all of a sudden they get back to the Champions League next year. So even if they finish 5th, 6th, or 7th, they still get back in the Champions League because they win the Europa League, just like Sevilla did this year.
Yeah.
So I think that's the calculation that they have to make. I don't see them finishing top 5 next year again. I think Chelsea will be too strong. Liverpool will be too strong. They're all going to wake up. United will be too strong. City will be too strong. So will Arsenal. So I think at best 6th, 7th, 8th. And they can try and win a cup, whether it's FA Cup, Carabao Cup, or Europa League. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, is reinforce that position to get somebody who can win them Europa League or at least make 6th next year or so.
Yeah, but for me, getting Tonali for me is the first step for me in that midfield. Now, what are they gonna go for a winger, a left wing, right wing, a striker?
They have like Leao now. Oh, sorry, that's the Milan. Sorry,
Isaac, and then
Isaac is a good player. I like him.
Yeah, Callum Wilson too. Yes, and good. So if those two can stay fit, bringing in Tonali is not the bad acquisition.
Yeah.
So they have to also bring more depth in the midfield to also help them in terms of squad depth, which is very, very important.
The question is always going to be, Abdullah, is what are they trying to achieve? Because you spend 500 million, you finish 6th, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because your revenue don't match up to your expenditure. All of a sudden, you're in FFP problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the balance that they have to run, is how do we make sure we spend just enough to keep us there and at the same time comply with new FFP rules?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because for me now, them making top four now is very big for them, for their future going forward. Because it's gonna be their first time being in the UCL. So would they crumble? Are they gonna crumble, or are they gonna take it with a stride?
I don't see
That's the
them making.
question we
I don't
want.
see them making that. I mean, it all depends on the draw.
Mm-hmm.
If they get a draw that they should get because of the import three, I don't see how they make round of 16.
Maybe they get a favorable draw because sometimes, Mr. Cow, UCL is a very weird competition where luck can be on your side where you can just skip
I
through.
mean, the reality is that the only draw they can get that will get them out is if they get a very unusual draw of. I mean, let's say the group that has the champions of, let's say, Netherlands or something. That group. Then again, it's Ajax, right, or Feyenoord. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, are they going to beat Ajax or Feyenoord? It's not easy at all. It's not
Mm-hmm.
because you import three. It's not easy. This is important that City had when City started playing the Champions League. It's the reason why City didn't go through because they were import three. When you
Mm-hmm.
import three, you get to play Bayern Munich. You get to play Barcelona. You get to play. That's what you get to play. You get to be the champions of Germany, second best in. For example, they could play. For example, in a group stage, you could have Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Newcastle. They're not going anywhere with that.
Damn.
Yeah. you know. Or they could play in a group of Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, and Newcastle. Where are they going to?
I think they can beat Paris.
Nah, they can't be Paris Saint-Germain.
I think so. I don't think for me. I don't think PSG is a big for me in the UCL.
Newcastle are good, but they're not that good, though. Let's be clear. They struggle to
Mm,
even make the fourth spot. I mean, the last,
I
they're
know.
good, but. And then Eddie Howe, I mean, he's a good manager, but is he really a world-class manager? This is
Nope.
Champions League. This is not FA Cup or Carabao Cup.
Yeah, but I
It's a
know.
whole different ballgame. When that anthem blares, it changes the way you think. It
Yeah,
changes
it changes the
it
mood, the
changes everything.
mentality, the brain. It
It
changes
changes
the
how you
brain.
behave. Your
And majority
nerves
of the
kick in.
players, Mr. Ka, the majority of the players is their first time in the UCL. They are very
It's a whole
first
different.
time.
It's not. They've been there before years ago, 13, 14 years ago or so.
I'm talking about those players. Those players
Oh yeah.
is their
It's
first time.
different though. They have to play Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday.
Exactly.
It's
So
a
you have
whole
to
different
rotate
debate.
player, rest player, rotate player, rest player, rotate player, rest players. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. But like I said, this is the first step in bringing in Sandro Tonali. I'm willing to see how far you can go in terms of the because I like Tonali very well. The way he play football, I appreciate the way he play football.
Mm,
I'm willing to see how far Tonali can go with them in terms of how far they can go with Tonali. Who
mm,
are they gonna bring in? This I'm hearing Madison. I'm hearing Conor Gallagher. We'll see how they're gonna go. And I think what Newcastle want to do is they want to get more depth in the midfield, and also I think they are good in the attack with Isaac and Callum Wilson. Maybe they need to get another right winger, maybe another left winger because I don't trust Alexander Maseman. Is an injury-prone player. I don't really trust him. Maybe another winger that can give them more squad depth,
mm.
more kind of threat going forward. They are good with the goalkeeper. Nick Pope is good. I'm okay with Pope. So they have a good defense, good midfield. If they can get one more midfielder, they are balanced. Maybe work on the wingers and the striker. I think they're good in the striking position. So a lot of variety needs to work out in terms of them challenging. But it's gonna be a very feisty season coming to the new season. It's gonna be a very feisty one. But wow. Newcastle, Sandro Tonali, Lord have mercy. Congratulations to Newcastle. Wow, what a signing. Keyman, quick take. Aspi to Inter Milan on a free transfer and Sandro Tonali to Newcastle.
Yeah, firstly, Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Mr. Carl? How are you, Mr. Abdullah? How's everyone doing? How's your Friday?
I'm
Hey,
good, pretty
welcome.
good.
It's a long time.
It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. But firstly, let's start. Let me start with Aspi. Aspi, captain, legend, captain, leader, legend. Thank you so much for 11 good years of service. That is proper Chelsea. I don't want to hear any more nonsense. These are the type of players that you're supposed to celebrate. The ones who actually put their futures and their entire dedication to the club. I'm sorry that this is how it had to end. These last few years, these last few seasons, it's just been a clown show. This club, but that just is what it is. I can't control that. Now about this Tonali thing,
Mm-hmm.
excellent move for Newcastle. I don't know about the player side because I think I've seen reports that it was like he was forced out of the club, right?
Yeah, because
I
they
think he
need
took a
money.
pay. Huh?
Yeah, they need money. AC Milan need
Yeah, they
money.
needed 80 million. Yeah, so I think he took a pay cut. He
Yep.
wanted to commit his life and become one of these guys. And I
Mm-hmm.
think he's being dubbed as the next Pirlo or something. I don't know. I don't watch the Serie A, so I don't know that much about it.
It's more of a register for me though. The way I watch him
Hmm.
play. See,
So this guy, it is a good step for Newcastle. You can clearly see that the owners and the management there that they have ambition. But like Mr. Carl said earlier, is Eddie Howe really the guy that pushes them forward? That's the question. I like Eddie Howe as a manager. Don't get me wrong, but when the chips are down, it is going to be the time it says, listen, we've invested this much in the club. We require such and such, that this and that minimum. I still think it's too early for them to focus on Europe. I don't think they should do that. I think they should focus more on the league and okay, sure, go play in Europe, go do that. Because let's just imagine that they get far. Let's imagine they get to the round of 16 or whatnot, right? At that point, for Newcastle, as being being in your first run, do you put effort into the league or you completely focus it in the Champions League? That's the kind of problem that they're going to be facing.
Because UCL is a very weird tournament where
exactly
when luck is on your side, you tend to get this right, but it's very difficult. Very difficult.
It is like, how do I explain? And we were talking about this before the City final, right? We said the league and the Champions League games are very different. It's very, very different. City has cracked the league a long time ago, but it took them a while to crack the Champions League. So I don't think that Newcastle should really focus that much on the Champions League. I think they should at least certify themselves as more like top 6, top 5, maybe even top 3 before they decide to go completely ham on the Champions League. That's just my personal opinion. But this is a really, really, for me, I see it as a good signing for them. I don't know how he fits. I don't know how they will play him, but if they have a good scouting system in play and looking from their signing of Bruno Guimaraes, this guy Joe Linton and Isaac, they have hit some really good shots. Trippier, another one. They have done some really good business. So let's see what they do.
Because Mr. Cow said it. What is the ambition of Newcastle to come into next season? What is the ambition?
No, I think Abdullah. It is okay. Let me just slightly touch on this, right? I don't think the Saudi ownership is going to push that hard for Newcastle to reach the top. Yes, they want to do it gradually. They are very patient because you can see them. You can see how they're moving with their own domestic league and how they're handling Newcastle. They're bringing talent to their own domestic league, and at the same time, they are controlling Newcastle. So it is a bit of a weird one. I don't think. Okay, I believe that they want to do well, but they don't want to go too quick because maybe they're afraid of the PR, maybe they're afraid of the media and whatnot. But I think they're going to be a bit patient. Maybe 3-4 years, then you're going to start seeing Newcastle really challenge for the title and whatnot. But so far, they're doing extremely wonderful, man. They're doing wonderful.
That's why I said last season when Man City won the league, I said that is the last time for Arsenal because Arsenal messed up. Newcastle has the money to blow out to any player in world football. They have the money, and now they have UCL around them where they can go to any team and tell them we have a UCL, come to us. Where yes, Arsenal in the UCL, but is there a guarantee that Arsenal can win the league? Nope, I'm not saying the guarantee. Even the UCL. So same thing with Newcastle, but Newcastle will have more in terms of heritage and big pool than Arsenal for me when it comes to money, ownership, the manager, and everything. So we'll see. But Tonali, what a signing!
No, Abdullah, and my favorite part about the signing is how quick it was. No one saw it coming. It just struck like lightning. There is no media. There is no journalist saying, "Oh, they're looking at this, they're looking at that." It was just Newcastle are interested. Newcastle has struck a deal. It was very quick, and that is, I believe, to be honest, for me, I don't like these Twitter journalists. I really do not like them because they like to play with the fans' emotions, and it's just arguing for the sake of arguing. You find people wasting hours and days of their lives just arguing about a player who's never going to come. This is the type of business you're supposed to handle: quick, fast, and easy. The player, I don't know if his mind is into it. I really don't know. Like I said before, he didn't want to leave. He was shoved out the door because they needed money.
Because his agent already what they're just waiting for, just for medicals and make it official. Everything is done.
Yeah, so we'll see him next season, man. We'll see him next season. We'll see him. See how he does.
What a signing.
It's a really good signing.
Because for me, Bruno Guimaraes is a DM. So if Tonali comes in, does Tonali go forward or does Bruno Guimaraes go forward? It depends.
No, Abdullah, it is for me. Let me tell you the weirdest thing about this transfer, right? When I think about Newcastle and their midfield, I think about players like Longstaff and John O'Shelby and these type of guys. Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton and now and now Tonali.
And yeah,
These guys, like when you look at it, you say, wow, they're doing something here. They're doing
yeah,
something very very good here.
yep. And having a manager like Eddie Howe can kind of push them forward. Yeah, people might say he's inexperienced, but like I said to Mr. Cow, UCL is a very weird tournament where I'm not writing anything off. It's a very
Mhm.
weird tournament. It's different than the Premier League. UCL, if you have luck on your side, things can go your way, and if you don't have luck on your side, it can backfire. So it depends. Yes, majority of the players is their first time. Emotions, happiness, joy, so many stuff will come to them where they will messed up. Is understood. It's their first time there. But like I said, this team is a talented team who can win games. Like I said, Mr. Cow, if they face PSG, I can see them beating Paris Saint Germain. Home and away, I'm not sure, but I can see them beating PSG. That I'm sure of.
He's
I
a
don't trust
clown
PSG in
crowd.
the
Like
UCL. I
they're
don't trust them in
clowns.
the UCL. I do not. When it comes to
PSG are
UCL,
just
Paris Saint
clowns.
Germain, I don't trust them. I don't. So, but we will see. Now, like what make us start, what Carl said, it depends on the group. What group are they going to face? Are they facing Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern, Newcastle? That's a very tough group to face.
No,
Are they going
listen.
to come out of them? I'm not sure.
If you look at how Newcastle played, especially in the league, their games against City were very good. They played very well. They
Mm-hmm.
played very compact and very well. I think teams like Barcelona, they'll just sweep them under the rug. Personally, that's what I personally believe.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it is that Champions League atmosphere that might get to them. That's the problem.
Yeah,
So
because
we'll just see.
majority of the player is their first time. It is their first time. So I think emotion might get over them because it's their first time, where they might kind of crumble. But it also depends on what's going to be their mentality going forward. Are they going to react? We have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. So, but for me, what a signing! What a signing! What a signing, man! Tonali, the Newcastle, Newcastle.
Abdullah,
I'm
can you
getting.
read the message? Abdullah, can you read the chat for a second? There's
Let me
something
read
I
the
want
chat.
to
Let me
say.
read the chat.
Yeah, read the
Let
chat.
me read the chat. Vote for office. Silva may go as well. We'll see go. He's going to do better than Opanka. Relax. Tayo said, Boli is cooking. No one is going to give that man his credit. Relax, Tayo. Tayo, you can join the show. The link is there. You can join the show and have a conversation. Tayo, the link is there. It's in the description. You can join the show. Vote for office. Chelsea will finish 8. Newcastle will finish 4. Vote. Relax. Calm down. Antonio Gordon in the UCL.
Yeah.
Opanka not. You are sick, man. Next step for Eddie is a cup, FA Cup or Carabao Cup. I agree. Maybe get out of the group and finish fourth again. Yeah, it's possible. That's the progress. We'll see. It's possible. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it is possible. That's the progress for me. But like after maybe like because it's the first season in the UCL, so we want to see progress, progress, progress. Once I see progress, it is what it is. But we'll see. All that matters is progress, and as long as the Newcastle fan can see progress, I think they'll be fine. And they are in very good hands in the ownership and everything. They're very
Oh
good
no,
hands.
Abdullah, they are trusting the process 100%. These
Mhm,
guys, they have come from a relegation battle to top four, and now they're in the
mhm.
Champions League next season. So they're enjoying themselves. The only issue I have is maybe the manager might get sacked. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
possible.
but the
It is
fan
possible
base is
because
is very united. That's a good thing. The fan base is united.
yes, exactly. And Eddie is not even a bad coach. Maybe they need someone that can get them over the line when it comes to UCL matches. We'll have to wait and see. And the way Newcastle signing, if they make it and finish maybe third or second, we have to have a serious conversation, man. That's scary because they have the money. They have the
Can you
money.
imagine, Abdullah? Can you imagine Antonio Conte at Newcastle?
I don't think it happen because Conte wants old players. He will sign old players. This player can work for Conte.
Oh,
You can
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. But it'll
want
be
old
it'll be
players.
funny.
You can work
It'll
for
be
Conte.
funny.
This team cannot play Conte's football. All of them they will collapse. They cannot play Conte's football. It's not possible. But we'll see though. We'll see. Guys, smash the like button, guys. Guys, get that freaking likes up. Get that freaking likes up, guys. Get the likes up, my people. Get the likes up. So, let's talk. Mr. Cow, it's official. Kai Havertz to Arsenal Football Club for 70 million euro. Arsenal.
Well, you guys have 70 million in the bank, which is good.
Mr. Carl, we use the money to buy a club.
Yeah, I don't know what the guy does, frankly. I don't know what he does. Is he a striker? Is he a midfielder? What does he do exactly?
Right now I'm a confused man because the
I mean, I'm
question
really
was
asking a serious question. I mean, what does he really do?
it's very weird for me to answer that question because Mr. Carl is this is it now. What is the position of Kai Havertz? Is he a striker? Is he a midfielder? Is he a centre forward? I still haven't given an answer to that right now because I don't even know his position as a player. I don't know his position. It's a very weird question and answer for me to answer because in 91 Premier League matches, Kai Havertz only scored 19 goals only.
Yep.
Mr. Cow, how do I explain that? 19 goals in 91 appearances. How do I explain that? I don't know how to explain that. I don't know. It's a bit weird because I don't know how to explain it. But Arsenal spending 70 million on him, I'm also like, okay, what the heck is going on here? What the heck is going on here? I'm confused.
Well, again, it's whatever they want to pay for him is what is, whatever whatever they want to pay is what it is worth. I don't know. Is he going to replace Jesus? Is he going to play instead of Jesus? Is he going to? I mean,
what I'm hearing is this is going to play this Granit Xhaka role, the number 8.
he's not the number 8 now.
No, listen. I remember it was during the lockdown season when he first came. Lampard tried to play him as an 8 against Brighton. It was disaster.
Havertz is not an 8 now. We all know he's not an 8. I mean, come on.
What is he, Mr. Carl? We don't know. 3 years of this.
His best position is as a 10, but then he's not as creative as a 10.
No, the question is, like, does he get into the squad? Does he get into the starting 11? As a 10, as a 9? Does he get into that squad?
Well, who plays 10 right now for Arsenal? It's Odegaard, right?
Odegaard.
Yeah.
Is he better than Odegaard? No. Is he better than Jesus as a 9? No. What's he going to play? He's going to play left 8? Xhaka is more hardworking than he is.
Yep.
So are you going to weaken your left 8 and get him run over by a stronger midfield? So what do? You can't play him a left wing or right wing. It's confusing. It's a confusing.
And they spent 70 million. It doesn't make sense, Mr. Carl. It doesn't make sense. Why do you spend that much money?
Unless what they want to do is play a false 9, move Jesus out to the wide areas and play him as a false 9. That's probably what they end up doing.
Mr. Carl. Firstly, we don't know what is exactly going on in Arteta's head, right? But from what we see is you have Jesus who will assure you 12 to 15 goals a season, right? And he actually brings something into that build-up play. He can actually link up with the wingers.
Yeah.
Havertz cannot do any of that. He can barely get you 10 goals. If you're lucky, maybe he might get you 8.
So they play him as an 8 then, right? So I mean, the question now becomes: does he have the work ethic for an 8?
He doesn't have the defensive capabilities for an 8. He does not.
Okay, so then did you play him as a 10 then? Did you play instead of Odegaard?
Is he a squad player? That's the question. Are you spending 70 million on a squad player?
He's gonna play Kai Havertz and Odegaard as a double 10, then plays Zinchenko into the midfield.
So they're gonna try and copy City in the double 6.
Yeah, copy City. Yeah.
So you're gonna play Havertz and Odegaard as a double 10.
This is what happens when you hire the Pep's water boy. This is what happens.
And they're going to try and play Zinchenko as a double 6 who doesn't have the ability to run back and cover. You're going to get killed.
The thing is, Mr. Carl, right?
Liverpool. That's what happened. So the game at Anfield. Think about the game at Anfield. The first half of that game, Klopp was playing his traditional 4-3-3 with Trent in the wide right area, right? Trent played this 2-3-5. That's what they were playing the first half, and they were down 2-0. Second half, Klopp changed to a 3-box-3, 3-2-2-3. It brings Trent inside next to Fabinho, right, to play that double 6, and then pushes them up. They almost won the game. They overrun Arsenal. In fact, Salah actually missed a penalty. It should have been 3-2. Nico. He's going to play Partey and Zinchenko as double 6.
But Partey is also leaving.
So he's going to play Rice as Zinchenko as a double 6?
Maybe. Maybe 3-box-3.
But the problem is that Rice has a bias for the left side of the field. That's what he plays. So Zinchenko's left-footed. Are you going to play Zinchenko as a right? I mean, you're going to play 2 10s, then I don't know. Does he have the work rate to be able to track back? Is he a controller?
He's the laziest player on that field. Laziest.
I mean, these are questions that I have in my mind. I'm scratching. I'm thinking, but what I think he's going to do is probably play Odegaard and interchange between Odegaard and Havertz.
No, but no, Mr. Khalid, listen. Now, that's the problem, right? Because Chelsea fans ourselves in our own fan base, we scratch our heads. We think you're spending. We're not going to deny your money. We're going to take your money, of course. But in the privacy of our own homes, we're going to think you're spending 17 million on Kai Havertz, who's not even going to be an assured starter for you.
How
Where
much
this
you
money
buying
could
for?
have, where this
We
money
bought
could have
him
gone
for
to some.
80 million. I think 85 million, something like that.
I mean, come on, yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Chelsea are making a profit on that, so you know that, right?
Ye-
Because when Chelsea bought it for 80 million, that's what 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
years ago. 2020,
So
yeah.
you've amortized away 2 years of that. You've amortized away about maybe 20 to 30 million.
Mhm.
That's a 50 million balance that you have. You're getting 80, 70 million. You're making a profit of 20 at least.
Yep.
It just
Are you
it just
following me?
boggles my mind.
When you amortize it that way, you know.
It is, for me, I don't understand what Arsenal is doing, because you have a main target that is now being threatened by City, yet your first purchase you make is Kai Havertz.
Yeah, I mean,
Listen, man, Arteta could prove us all wrong. He could. But right now, it doesn't make sense to me. It does not.
I'm sure he knows what he's doing. We'll see. We'll find out. We'll see. It's going to be interesting.
But the problem is because if you're gonna play Kai Havertz as a Granit Xhaka replacement, that is a failure for me. That's an
You
hell.
can't play Harvard as an 8. You just can't.
That's an hell.
You just cannot play Harvard as an 8, man. I mean, you are.
Because that's what the reporters say. He wants to play him as a Granit Xhaka's role,
Yeah,
which for me
that's-
is a massive failure for me. You can't do that. The way Havertz play, Havertz is not even a number 8. I'm scratching my head to see if it's even in. I don't know, because as a number 10, you must have a technical ability to like see things around the pitch where you can easily know when to pass.
maybe he's going to change to a 4-2-4 system.
4-2-4 system.
Yeah,
So
play
play
next to
Kai Havertz
Jesus.
and then
Yeah, Jesus.
But
together.
wait. But you have two second strikers that one of them is worse at finishing than the other.
Yeah.
Mr. Carl, this guy has been playing for 3 years in a back five system where the ball just keeps getting pinged across the net, and he still cannot score for his life. So it doesn't make sense to me.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Because it's a little bit complicated because some player like Kai Havertz, if you want to build a team around Kai Havertz play, he wants the game to be played around his own tempo, which is for me, the Premier League has not been played like that. Where for me, I think he struggles a lot in Chelsea. We are going to a London club where also in the EPL where it's also very intense. How do you cope when it's very, very intense? How do you cope? Because that's a problem for me, because the complaint I have with Kai Havertz is the consistency. It does not have it. The same thing is going to happen to him when he goes to Arsenal. It's not gonna have that consistency for me. It's not gonna have that consistency, because if it comes to Chelsea where we kind of struggle to even putting a goals together, putting a team together with a very low confidence, very low consistency. So am I trusting Kai Havertz to give Arsenal the consistency they deserve? I don't think so. I don't know. The consistency. I'm not sure with the consistency, because it's not the player that can give consistency to me. It's not. So what is Arsenal buying Kai Havertz for? I don't know. Very difficult. I don't know. It's difficult. I don't know. And the scary part about it is that even paying him 11 million a year, Mr. Cow, 11 million a year as a wages. How? Apart from the UCL, what he has won in Chelsea, what has he really done much apart from the UCL? Nothing much.
Are they signing him for the UCL?
I'm kind of confused. What are they signing him for? Is it for the UCL or for what?
No, listen,
Because
Abdullah, there's only.
because the reporter said it's very versatile. He can play as a midfielder, he can play as a wing, he can also play as a striker. So they are trying to see they bought him for the versatility. That's what I'm hearing.
Abdullah, there's only 3 ways to explain this transfer, right? One is that Arteta saw something in him that we cannot see. 2 is that Bowley and Kroenke are having a poker game. Or 3, Jorginho did the greatest PR move at that club. I cannot explain it any other way. But Yeah, we just find out, man. We just find out. But listen, 70 million. I'm not denying that money. I'll take it. This is. I finally understand why City felt when they were selling us Sterling. I can understand now. This is how they felt. They're like, what? Okay,
It's good. It's good for me. Kayava to Arsenal. Good luck. I don't care. Arsenal, thank you for paying the money. Thank you very much for paying the money. Thank you for giving us that money. We needed that money badly, and thank you for paying up. Kai, best of luck. Nothing much to say. Best of luck. Because people might say we are hated, we are this. We are not hate. See, you can hate Chelsea as much as you want. Arsenal paying 70 for Kayava, that's for me. That is a bonus for that's a big bonus because I don't see Arsenal winning the league. It's not even a consistent team, and you are buying an inconsistent player for me. I'm kind of confused. How does that work? The team is not even consistent enough to win the league. I can't even trust them to go toe to toe with with Man City. Are they gonna go toe to toe with Newcastle? I'm not
no,
sure.
Abdullah, it's not only that. It is, especially for Arteta, I think that this season, a lot of fans might turn on him. A lot of Arsenal fans might turn on him if things do not work out well. So, in the season where you're expected to challenge for the title again because you've shown you can challenge for it, there's no excuses now.
Mm-hmm.
Your first signing is Kai Havertz.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't listen, man. It's he's the manager. He gets final say. So let's see what he does.
Fair enough. We'll see. Fair enough. We'll see. But like I said, I don't see Arsenal as a title contender because they don't look like a title contender. Whenever the pressure is on them, they collapse. So I don't see them as a title contender for me because when there's a big pressure, they collapse. You cannot be leading the Premier League table from the beginning of the season and you collapse in March, April. What the heck? Excuse me? What the heck? Since August, you've been topping the table, you've been giving your team hope, and when you go to March, August, you collapse. Oh, no, I cannot accept that. I cannot accept that. No. I cannot. And people are saying that the youngest team in the league, they have no experience, and you collapse. No, I can't explain that. I cannot. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Massive, however, nothing much to say. I'm happy you have gone. You can piss off. I don't care. 19 goes to 91 appearance. Lord have mercy. How do I explain that?
Abdullah, do you
How?
regret the Zidane comments? Do you
Relax,
regret?
easy on me. Easy, relax. Relax on me. People have already killed me on social media calling him that name. Right now, I'm kind of blaming myself already, calling him that name because, oh, Lord have mercy. Child, Lord have mercy on me.
Abdullah, I
Calling
think
him
that's
that
bad.
name?
Abdullah, I think that's bad. Arsenal fans are calling him the regen Bergkamp.
No, please don't do this. Please, no. I watched Dennis Beckham play. No, please. Please. No, 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 no. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is weird. I watched
Uh,
Dennis Beckham play.
I've
That
seen
guy is a
uh,
magnificent player.
Abdullah.
Please.
Abdullah, they the first they said he's an Robert Van Persie region. Now they're saying he's a Bergkamp region. Is it
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Abdullah? If Havertz tries to do what Bergkamp was doing, he would break
Ah,
his leg.
no, stop. Dennis Beckham is a very fantastic player. Please stop. Please stop. Arsenal fans, you have started again. Please stop. No. Vote for if he said, I would rather keep Harvard over that Tammy. Relax. Dakar Tammy,
Do you
relax.
know who he's talking about? Do you know who he's
I
talking
know,
about?
I
Dakar
know.
Tammy.
I thought I'm gonna have him looking like close 2.0. Arsenal fans, relax, please. And I don't start again. You started this bullshit at the beginning of season. You haven't stopped it. Relax.
No,
Just
Abdullah, this is the issue with trusting a process. This is what happens. You cannot go back. You have to completely put your heart into it. It's
we'll
Arsenal
see.
fans for you. What do you say?
We'll see. Mr. Carl, it's official. Marcus Thuram to Inter Milan. It's official. It's a done deal. He's rejected AC Milan and RB Leipzig and also PSG is joining Inter Milan.
Good for him. So who are they selling? Inter
No,
Milan.
it's a free transfer.
Oh, it's free. Okay.
Yeah, Edin Dzeko to Fenerbahce.
Okay.
The Fenerbahce Galatasaray, one of them. So they are getting Marcus Thuram.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, Marcus Thuram to Inter Milan. Everything done.
Is this the same Thuram Liverpool are looking into, or this is
No,
a different guy?
Thuram, Mönchengladbach.
Oh, okay.
Marcus Thuram, the one in Borussia Mönchengladbach.
The left, the right winger, right?
Yeah, la plus
Oh,
like a
okay.
left winger and inside forward and more as a striker. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I like that club, Mönchengladbach. It's a very nice little club.
Mm-hmm. So, Keman, your take, Marcus Thuram.
Well, listen, man. Inter. Listen, guys. I don't like, especially how we've been dealing with them recently. So I have a I have a bias towards Inter,
Mm-hmm.
against Inter, I'd rather say. But listen, you with the Syria and your money issue, this is a good move. Let's see what you can do with him. I have a feeling, because look at it, they are the Champions League final squad. I think over half those guys were free transfers, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of free transfers. And now, how old is this guy Thuram? How old is he? 28,
26, 7.
26. So this guy, in maybe if he bangs 2-3 seasons, he might be going for 60, 70 soon. So it's a good deal, man. Let's see what is a very good deal from
And
Inter.
it's a
Very,
free,
very good, smart
it's a
business.
free transfer. It's a free transfer.
It's on top of that, there's nothing that
Yes,
can go wrong.
yes, three teams were looking at him: AC Milan, RB Leipzig, and Paris Saint-Germain, and they choose Inter Milan. Fair enough. Shout out to Marcus Thuram joining Inter Milan, a free transfer. Dzeko moving away, joining. That's a good deal. We can say. I kind of like him though because I rate him, but very good player. I kind of rate, very technical player. I can play as a striker, can play as a winger. But the problem is, who did they bring? Did they bring him in for Lautaro? Did they go? It depends on how they want to set up the team. But that's a quality player to have off the bench. You can bring him from the bench. That's a very quality player to have off the bench. Where if a team is very tired, like 60, 65 minutes, 70 minutes, bring on Marcus Thuram. Pace, aggression, tenacity, run out of position. Very technical. That kind of player he is. So we'll see. Guys, smash the like button, guys. Smash that freaking like button, guys. Guys, like that vid. Like that freaking vid, guys. Like the vid, guys. Like the vid. Quality player, dude. Very quality player. We should have gotten to instead of the Dakar time. Relax. Vote for your feet. You're on smoke, but relax.
No,
Relax.
it is Abdullah. How old is this guy? 27, right?
27, yeah, 27, yeah.
It's too old. We only go for children. We only go after
Relax.
children. This guy's too old, man.
27, so relax. So he's choosing Inter Milan, but we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, we're gonna see Thuram, quality player. I kind of like him because I rate him. I wanted him when we were buying Enzo Fernandez and co. Because I was like, get me someone that can even actually put the ball into the back of the net. We are creating chances, but we are missing tons of chances, which is kind of annoying me. One is that when you give him the ball, he has the pace, he has the ability, and he can also score goals. But is it what it is? We'll see. We'll probably see. I think Inter Milan. See, the problem with Inter Milan is they are behaving as if they're broke, but they are not broke. They have the money. They just don't want to spend the money. But we'll see. We'll see. To run on a free transfer, that's a very good signing. That's a very, very damn good signing. But we'll see. We'll see though. So let's go. So, Keyman is official. Christopher Nkunku is unveiled as a Chelsea player. How you feeling, brother? Because for me,
Oh, Abdullah,
I need
that
to see
thing.
more. I want to see more of him in the Chelsea fan, in the Chelsea shirt. But Lord have mercy, I'm happy. He's already official. It's a done deal.
Abdullah,
Nkunku,
we're finally moving towards the right direction. All right. Today I was, the problem is I've been suspended on Twitter. Elon Musk, what happened to freedom of speech? There's something wrong with you now. Forget that. Now this guy, I don't know why is it when I'm suspended, a lot of news has to drop about Chelsea. But I am very happy, man. I am I've been waiting for this guy throughout the Potter nonsense. I would always just think, I say, Nkunku's coming. Relax. Calm down. Nkunku's on his way. That is what kept me sane this season. And seeing him put on that blue balloon and take that just hit it for me. But if I was to step back and think about it logically, I am very scared, Abdullah. I'm really scared. I'm scared that the Bundesliga does not translate well to the Premier League. That is what I'm afraid of.
no,
When we
no. Maybe it's only Chelsea.
maybe it's
Kevin
on
De
Chelsea,
Bruyne,
but
yeah,
now
Kevin De
now
Bruyne was
uh-huh.
from the Bundesliga He did very well. So I mean,
No,
it's only
but Kevin De Bruyne has the best coach in the world right now with him. So
and Son from the Bundesliga is doing very well. So
well, that's a good point. But so the thing is, this guy, I remember when we were first linked to him, it was we were with Tuchel, I remember, and he had an idea to put him in the front three, and I think it was when Werner was leaving or was rumored to leave or whatever, and then we
yeah.
signed him on January under Potter,
Mm-hmm.
and you're supposed to finish. So now I wonder where where is he going to play? Is Poch going to utilize him
So
well? I
the
don't know.
interview thing, and he said what's his best position? He said his best position is a number 9, but he can
Mm-hmm.
also play more as a number 10 or also as a midfielder. But he said
Yeah.
my best position is a number 9. He clearly said it himself.
So if that's the case, then I think we might just go into the season with Nkunku and Dakar Tami. Uh, so it is. I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited. If this guy, I have a feeling he's going to do extremely well, Abdullahi. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm really happy that he's finally here. And the funniest part about the video was when he was asked, where do you get the balloon from? Do you get it from the sideline? He says, no, I put it in my sock. For the dudes in the chat who know, if you know, you know. We signed a real one, man. We signed a real one.
Mr. Carl, Christopher Nkunku. Mr. Carl, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good player. Yeah, he's a good player. I think he'll translate to the Premier League. I think he'll help Chelsea.
Because the problem where everybody are saying the fear is Bundesliga tax, but I'm like,
That's all nonsense, Joe. There's no Bundesliga tax. There's no Bundesliga tax, man. You just got a poor player who's a poor player. Not Bundesliga tax. I can name you 10 players from Bundesliga done well. De Bruyne was not Bundesliga. Haaland is not Bundesliga. Didn't they say
Haaland,
didn't say he wasn't going to score any goal? Firmino was not Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Gundo.
Akanji
Gundo.
is not Bundesliga.
Gundogan. Gundogan too.
Is Gundogan not Bundesliga?
Akanji, I think.
Akanji is Bundesliga now.
Yeah. Another who else? Xhaka.
Give all those stories, man.
Yes. Maybe it's just Chelsea. Maybe it's just Chelsea. I don't know. Or maybe we just signed donkeys. I don't.
I mean, it's just how you use the player. I mean, Havertz never played the role he was brought in to play, which is that number 10. He never really had a run there. So it's like, 3 managers in how many years, or 4 managers in how many years? What's he going to do? So
Yes, you're right.
I think he'll be fine. I mean, I think this guy will be fine. Timo Werner went back to Germany. He's playing well.
Yeah.
So is it an English tax? I mean, a poor player is just a poor player. There's no tax of anything.
I like him because they asked him in the interview, what is his best position? He said his best position is a number 9, but he can also play as a midfielder or as a number 10. So I'm Pochettino play like a 4-2-3-1, which tells me, are we playing him as a first 9? Or are we playing a double 2 striker? So
we'll see what happens. I mean, that's part of the excitement, right? Is that
I also want to ask you guys a question, right? Because I remember I was discussing this a couple of days ago with some guys on a Twitter space. Said, is Poch going to stick to that 4-2-3-1, or is he going to switch up?
He might be flexible, but I think his ideal formation is a 4-2-3-1 formation.
Okay. No, because especially when you look at our team, they are very young. A 4-2-3-1 is a bit, I think it'll be a bit much for them, but we'll see.
But you might switch to 4-3-3 depending on opposition, but a strong position is like 4-2-3-1. That's the best way he wants to play, like a 4 back.
The reality is, at the end of the day, even Klopp and Pep don't play 4-3-3, right? I mean, really, if you look at the average position, they don't play 4-3-3. Nobody does that. No top team does that anymore. To play 1-6-2-8-2 going up and down, they don't do that anymore. Players have flexibility to move in and out of position based on the need, based on where their strengths and weaknesses are. They rotate between a 2-3-5, 3-2-5, 3-3-2, 3-2-4, 3-3-4. They change all the time. There's no, okay, here's 4-3-3, here's your role. There's a lot of flexibility.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't think 4-2-3-1 may be his best position, but I think he might switch it up depending on the position. That's what I'm saying. Depending on the position, he might switch it up like a 4-3 or a back 3. Depends.
Yeah, I mean, so he was saying, sorry, it's football has become very flexible. You don't just say you play even Arsenal. They say they play a 4-3-3. They don't really play a 4-3-3. They play a 3-2-2-3 based on the position. See, Joko talks in possession. Out of possession, goes back to left back. So it all depends on who has the ball, who's in possession. City play. You think it's 4-3-3. It's not 4-3-3. It's 3-2-2-3. But then without the ball, they go to 4-4-2. You change their shape. So a team must be able to flex and change based on the situation. They must be trained to do that. And so with Pochettino, I just think you just wait and see what he does with his players and with the opposition that he faces. Good thing is that your first game is against Liverpool. So very quickly, you know what they're doing or they're not doing. Very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Because of the way Liverpool plays.
Yeah, very, very quickly, you know what they want. What
line. Exactly. So the way they play. And it's going to be at home at Stamford Bridge. First match at Stamford Bridge.
So
right have to get off the good start. It's very important to have to get off the good start. Very, very important.
Yeah, it's very because I mean, first game out, you don't want to lose the first game because then you're 3 points behind everybody else just to start off with, whether it's Liverpool or Chelsea. You're already 3 points behind. You want to make sure it's probably going to be a draw because of the way both teams play. And the time that Poch is going to need to get his players in rhythm. It's a tough game to start off with.
No, Mr. Carl, I actually, about that. One thing I'm afraid for Poch is how toxic the fans are going to be. Especially with Mount leaving and all these guys. It's our first home loss. It's going to be It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
I mean, the whole Poch situation is because he was a Spurs manager. The whole.
Yeah, exactly. It is just these. And the problem is. The sad reality is, Mr. Carl, the sad reality is tribal fans will always be at the stadium more than rational fans. They will always outnumber you there. Because that's where you find tribal fans. They're usually next to the stadium. We'll just see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in preseason. We'll see. But so who's left now? Who's left now? Who?
Oh, actually, I think that entire Champions League winning squad is gone.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, except for Thiago and James. Thiago and James and Chilwell as well. Yeah.
And I think I'm kind of
going to be captain. James will be captain.
We don't know. We have to wait and see. It depends on.
No, I think it was Jorginho. Jorginho was the captain that night. Jorginho was the captain.
Who's captain?
Who's gonna be the new captain? We don't know. It might be James. It might be Silva. We have to wait and see.
Some people are saying Enzo.
I'm getting it might be James.
No, Enzo's not the captain now.
Abba, why now? Why? I think it might be James.
I can't even speak English properly.
I think it might be James. We'll see.
Yeah.
It might be James. But we'll see, though. We'll see. But what excites me most...
Nkunku, I mean, I think he's a good player. I like him.
Because what excites me most is about this guy is a very technical player. And people might say because of the Bundesliga, I'm like, when you watch Nkunku play, you know the kind of player he is. Because
you just look at his game against City. Just look at how he played against City. He did very well. He's a good player.
Because player causes problems, good off the ball, good on the ball, good movement. I like the guy. He's a good player. But where's he going to play him?
But because in the interview they did to him today, he said his best position is a number 9, but he can also play as a number 10 too.
So you're going to play him as a 9?
Forward. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Personally, I have a feeling that he might just play a 4-2-2-2.
Yes, I have that feeling too.
With that, if we don't get another striker, with maybe Jackson and Nkunku leading the line.
And the best part about it, we are playing Liverpool first. Who plays I line? What's going to help Nkunku and the guy we're going to talk about soon? Because of the threat to high lines, and when you play this kind of player that have very pacey football, someone like Enzo that can pass, Caicedo, maybe potentially getting Caicedo, who can easily pass the ball very well, that can cause Liverpool a serious problem. Nkunku is a very clinical. When you give him the chance, he will finish. He is clinical. Very clinical.
You're just going to have to watch your defensive. That's what you're going to have to watch.
Yes.
No, but our defense not as bad as people think it is. Even though we finished 12th, I think we had top 6, top 5 defense in the league at the time. So we're losing. Okay, Fofana he's a bit. But Badiashile and maybe Thiago, I think maybe
I like
we might
Badiashile.
do
I
okay.
like Badiashile. I kind of like the guy.
Yeah.
For Fana, I think it was a waste of money.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. We got skimmed, but now I have a better question, right? Are these defenders too used to playing a back three? That is what I'm worried about. Because
No.
every time
Yeah,
we play the back four,
fresh people now.
they just fell apart. So I wonder
The
now. I
coach
wonder.
he's gonna have to coach them, right? He's gonna have to
Yeah,
coach
you're
them.
right. He has to do his job.
That's his job. That's
You're
his
right.
job.
I shouldn't be worried. I should not be worried.
Wow.
I think you guys will be fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy though because Msaka, I'm very happy getting this guy because people doesn't rate this guy very highly, and I kind of rate him very highly. People might say Bundesliga this and I've watched Nkunku play for like Msaka. This guy was the top scorer for like 3 consecutive seasons in Bundesliga, 2 or 3 back to back, and people doesn't still rate him. That's how good of a player he is. He is a top scorer. So it shows how good he left PSG to go to RB Leipzig, and he kind of thrive a lot. And with the intensity of the Premier League, I'm so happy seeing. My problem now is when we play low block, how does it survive that low block? That's my fear. When we play low block, how does it thrive? Does it come into the middle kind of link up play, or does
Yeah,
it kind of stand there?
that's a good point.
Yeah, because when we play low blocks, I don't
That,
team
that,
like
that,
Arsenal,
that low block thing is a pretty problem.
big problem, big one. Oh.
Not for just not for. I'm not speaking about Chelsea in particular. I'm talking about top 16 is a real problem because even for Liverpool it's a problem, right? Because
Yeah.
to break a low block down is something you have to be have done time and time and time and time and time and time and time again, right? It's not there's a method to the madness, if you will, and it's a problem.
Yeah, it is.
And
Because
unfortunately, a lot of Premier League clubs have no shame. They'll just play 5-5-0.
yep,
That's what they'll do. Pack the 18-yard
exactly.
box, pack that, and just wait there because they don't care.
Exactly. And that's my fear. That's my fear because when a team like I think Crystal Palace play low block, we again.
Crystal Palace will play low block. Well, Southampton are gone. Thank God for that one. They're gone.
Yeah, so maybe Nottingham Forest
Forest will play low block away, definitely.
away. So we again. Bournemouth maybe.
Bournemouth actually play well. They actually play good football. They try to expand a little bit.
Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, we again. Tottenham Hotspur mob. I don't know how the new coach is gonna play.
Abdullahi,
Spurs will try and play football with this new guy they have.
which guy?
Costanoglu, whatever his name is.
Costanoglu, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They will try and play
Postecoglou.
until they're beaten anyhow, then they won't change. That's what will happen.
Wait, I have a
So I
question. Is our first Spurs game away or at home? Where is it?
I think
I don't know.
away.
Oh, it's going to be very awkward.
Let me check. Let me check.
It's going to be a very tense game. That's all that was going to be one to look at.
I think it's away, but keep talking. I think it's away. But let me check.
Continue, Mr. Carl. Sorry to cut you short.
I think because the first match is Mr. Cow. The first match is Burnley, Manchester City, Nottingham Forest, Arsenal, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace.
That's a Friday.
Wow, we have Palace, Sheffield. Oh, we're gonna see a lot of low block. West Ham, low block. Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace, low block. Luton Town, we don't know how they're gonna play. Oh Lord of Everton, low block. Lord of mercy, Sean Dice, Chineke, Chai. We don't know how they're gonna play. That's my fear. We don't know how they're gonna play because we have so many low blocks, so many. So that's my fear in terms of how do we cope when it comes to low block? How? That's my fear. That's my fear. When it comes to low block, how do we cope? But in terms of high line, the both of them will thrive in the high line. I'm not worried about him. High line, I'm not worried. But low block, we get something who's gonna who can. They don't care. 5-6-1. They're gonna just pack the boss. That's it. But we'll see. Welcome to Chelsea, Christopher Nkunku. Very good signing. I'm happy. I can't wait for you to see how you're gonna pans out for everything. But I'm happy to see you play for Chelsea Football Club. And let's see how it goes. Let's see how it freaking goes. Nkunku, let's see. Let's see. So, Kiman, Nicholas Jackson, the Senegal, the Dakatani, the way you guys
Mhm.
call him. He's official. Medical will be done this week, and it will be unveiled
Mhm.
maybe Sunday or Monday
Who,
potentially.
who
But
is this guy exactly? Who is
The
he?
Nicholas Jackson
Villarreal
plays
player
for
with
Villarreal.
mhm. The Villarreal striker.
I'll bring his picture
I
right
don't know
now.
anything about the guy.
We
I'll
don't,
bring his.
Mr. Carl. All of us we don't know. Anyone who tells you they know is it's a very far fetched. But
Mr. Carr is a Senegalese international. He
mhm.
plays for Senegal.
But he I think he only played 10 minutes in the World Cup, right?
Yeah,
He
I
didn't play
think
that.
10
He
minutes.
didn't play that much. Yeah.
He
So
didn't play that much. Yeah.
firstly, I'm going to say this, and I believe I don't know about you guys, but I have no idea who the hell this guy is. I'm not going to watch a YouTube clip with. I hate YouTube clips with music. It can make anyone look good. But I say that at the same time, Chelsea fans are a very weird bunch, very weird fan base. They
Mm-hmm.
complain about expensive players, and say that we need to scout. And when we scout, they complain about the scouting and say we need expensive players. Am I for it? I'm okay. Am I against it? It's 35 mil. It's not a big deal. We're not going to get harmed. We spent 80 on Havertz, and we look at us 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a very good signing. It could really be a very good sign. He could be some. At the same time, he can also be a flop. So I think Poch is looking at this and saying, you know what? I got Harry Kane where he is. I took Harry Winks to a Bernabeu semi-final and a final. Let me see. Maybe there's something there. I like that he's coming from the Spanish league. But my only issue is that he's tall. I have PTSD with tall strikers. We have Tammy Abraham. We have this Havertz guy. I don't like tall strikers. They seem clunky and confused to me. But let's see what he does, man. 35 million euros is not that big of a deal. I think he's on a 5-year contract. So, and when you think about the multi-club thing that the owners are dealing with right now, are we going to discuss that, Abdullah?
Sure.
Yeah, that multi-club model that we're doing. So maybe he could be shipped there, but we'll just see. We just see.
Mr. Carr, any idea about him?
I don't know much about the guy, so I can't speak to him. I really can't. I've done, we'll see.
Very
35
tough.
million, it's money, but I don't know the guy, so I can't speak to him.
It's tough because me, I don't know much about him until I kind of watch him. And the way I watch him play, the way I kind of see him play is more of like an inside forward, more like a left winger. The way Firmino play, and sometimes he play a little bit like Rafael Leao for me when I see him play in terms of
Mhm.
that ability. But I have to wait and see because maybe because he's in Villarreal, I have to just wait and see. But right now,
Abdullah, do you think he's an out-and-out striker or like a second striker?
the way he plays in Villarreal, he play more
Mhm.
as an inside forward for me.
Okay. Okay.
Like an inside forward. The way
Mhm.
Roberto Firmino play for Liverpool, that is exactly the same way Nicolas Jackson play. So I'm willing to see where Poch is gonna play him. Does Poch does he play 4-2-2-2 or does he play 4-2-3-1? Jackson as a number 10, why Nkunku as a forward or Jackson as a
You know,
forward? Why?
Abdullah. When I saw this guy, and I thought about, because that's a question I've been asking fans a lot. I asked them, is he an out-and-out striker? Is he a second striker? What is he?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at the striker that Pochettino actually wants, I think he really likes this guy at Inter, Lautaro, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not an out-and-out striker. He's more of a second striker. I
Yeah.
said maybe this guy might fit the profile that he wants. God knows, we'll just find out.
Mm-hmm.
But 35 million euros, we can take a loss on that one. We can really take a loss. It's not a big deal.
Yep. But we have to wait and see though because and when it comes to improving players, I think you can trust Poch on that. When it comes to improving players, he knows how to
Mhm.
improve players. I think you can trust him on that and say, okay, you can trust you on your improving player because you see you does that, you see you do that. So when people talk about Poch, I don't want to use PSG as an aesthetic because PSG is a criminal club for me.
Yeah, I just said, where's that guy? That PSG
Tosin,
fan. Where is he? Yeah, where is he?
it don't work. Tosin will show up. Tosin is going to show up. For me, like I already say PSG is like a criminal club where I don't really trust whatever they do, especially in UCL. So it's a complicated situation from very complicated, man. Very complicated. But we'll see. We'll see. It's a complicated situation, but we'll surely see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it's freaking good, but it is a very scary thing. So, guys, we're gonna spend hours. If it is to curse, we will curse. If it is to swear, we will swear. And I just saw a link 30 minutes ago, according to PSY, a kind of link that is very, very scary that I saw. But brace yourself, guys. If you want to drink water, drink water. If you want to drink tea, drink tea. If you want to drink coffee, drink coffee. It's about to get real. Guys, it's about to get freaking real. My people, it's about to get freaking real. The fake idiots who call himself he has a freaking dream. That guy has a let me finish. That guy has a fake, stupid dream, and I can't wait for him to get the fuck out of my club as soon as possible. He need to get the heck out of the club as soon as possible. Him and his fanboys need to get the F out of Chelsea FC and travel with either plane, either train, either car, either whatever, either bus, whatever they want to travel to Manchester and hug him. Whatever you want to do to him, do it to him. I don't care anymore. That guy and his fan base need to freaking F off. I don't give a fuck anymore. He needs to go. I'm tired and sick of his fan base because they are annoying me. They are getting on my nerves, and I'm tired and sick of this guy. This guy caused a divide in the fan base. Is he a semi-god? No. He's just a normal player. Is he that special? No. He's just a normal player. If I can criticize Pep Guardiola, judging club, players like so many players, that manager that can world-class elite manager, I can also criticize players. But when you criticize these idiots, the fan base come out here and say, the team is not good enough. Look at what he has done. He won the UCA. Excuse me? Kai Havertz scored the final goal in the UCA. He won the UCA. Where's Kai Havertz now? 19 goals in 91 appearance. I don't have time for this bullshit. This guy need to F go. And this guy was given a banner at Stamford Bridge. The boy was a dream. What kind of faking dream is that? This guy, we need to check his passport. He has a fake passport. He has a fake passport. He need to get the fuck out of the club right now with immediate effect. I don't care anymore. He needs to go. By ship, by bus, by train, by whatever, anything. Johnny Minerals, whatever their name is, everybody in it. See, if this idiot is traveling to Manchester, the fan base needs to F off with him together to Manchester. I don't care. I do not care. So the first official bid was 40, it was rejected. Second bid was 50, it was rejected. The third bid is 50 plus 55, it was also rejected. Why Chelsea wants 65 million, which United are willing to pay in terms of that. And they're gonna be a face-to-face meeting in terms of making a decision. I think by tomorrow or Sunday, possibly next Monday, we should possibly we go from Fabrizio Romano in terms of missing to United. And I'm gonna dance Makosa. I will dance Galala. I will dance to Ashake music. And I will dance to Davido music because I will have a peace of mind. Peace of mind I will have. His fan base and him can F off and rest in peace. I don't care anymore. I'm tired. I'm sick. These guys cause a freaking divide in the fan base as if it's one kind of a player like Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldinho, Neymar, Lionel Messi. No. This guy can't even lace some of those players' boots. Excuse me. And people kind of idolize him. The man was then it's from like Cobham. I don't give a fuck about Cobham. If you're not good enough, get the fuck out. Chelsea isn't a small club. With due respect, we're not Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not Crystal Palace. I am not Sheffield Wednesday or Sheffield United. This is a Chelsea football club, a Champions League club who wins trophy season after season after season. And you're gonna take a player above the club? Heck no. If it's not good enough, it needs to F off. And go to Manchester and do whatever you want to do there. I don't care. I do not care anymore. It can F off. I don't care. So, Keyman, Mason Mount to Manchester United. 65 million.
Alhamdulillah. ونستغفره ونستعينه. Alhamdulillah. Mount is about to leave. Operation Grom is Abdullah. We have been complaining, we have been arguing, we have been crying over this idiot. I had to sit down and listen to how many people, grown men, 50-year-old men, sit down and tell me this man is proper Chelsea. He's being He's being treated badly. What? You know, when a fan base starts to take players and start to defend, when you become a player FC instead of the team FC, that is when you start degrading as a team in general. If a player doesn't want to be here, if a player does not fit the system, if he's not performing, why do we need him? Why?
Facts.
Why?
Facts.
Why the hell do we need him? It is, you know, the biggest problem I have with this transfer is that Chelsea is they're dragging their feet, trying to get as much. Take the 55, take it and go. Let him go. Why do we need him? He's going to leave next season for free anyway. And I don't have an issue against Mount. He's an average player. That's what he is. He's just a mediocre guy. This guy is long staff with some spice. That's all he is. So with a bit of salt. That's all this guy is. But my problem is this fan base. The fan base, getting rid of that fan base is better for it is more valuable than the money for me. I'm tired of talking to these idiots who sit here, who tell you the whole day that this guy is blue, he's Kante did not get a banner. Kante did not get a banner after playing his heart out, putting his soul on that. Without Kante, we would never had a Champions League. Without Kante, we would be finished. And this idiot somehow scammed, you know. And this is every time the matches ended this season, he would go around start clapping. He is a sociopath. There's something wrong with this man. He plays with these people's emotions. You clap your hands, acting as if you're a servant for the club. But when the club is at its lowest point, you want to jump ship. I don't ever. This is not proper Chelsea. I don't like that term, but if you want to use that term, use it on actual players who put their careers in Chelsea, who put their futures in Chelsea. When we were 10th, Kante came to us. He dedicated his future with us. What does this guy do? At the beginning, I thought that this is maybe the guy wants more money. Okay, you want more money? We cannot offer you that money. We don't see you as that valuable. Okay, go get somewhere else. But now you're taking a contract that we offered you as well, but at United. There is no way of defending him. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you are. Johnny Minerals, get the fuck out of my team. Don't talk about Chelsea ever again. Anyone who supports Mount, please collect your things, collect your items, and go to Man United. Because of players like Mount, Abdullahi, I don't want anyone in this first team to speak English. I want them to all speak a different language. I want this team to look as if you have taken dice, you've put your hand in a bucket, and it's the world. You just grab something random. I'm tired of this nonsense. Cobham, ever since Loftus-Cheek came out of that facility, I just realized that we are going down. Okay, Loftus-Cheek is not a bad player, but we're going down a very dangerous path. Because sooner or later, they're going to start wanting the boy that grew up under that shed, the boy that was playing in front of that street, to own this place. What is this? Players like Mason Mount, he's not even, Abdullah, this guy is not even, if Mason Mount was giving me 20 plus goals every season, I would understand. But the guy who shits the pram, you know, someone like for example, Salah can actually say that he earned that contract he got, that 350k. This guy, what has he earned? You're 24, you've not even done anything. What have you done? Just because of one, no, it's not even assist to Havertz, but because of one open play pass, you all of a sudden you see yourself as bigger than the club. And I really do not like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm glad this idiot is leaving. And one thing, Abdullah, that I wished every day, I said, if we were going to sell Mount, I pray that money is given to Felix for another loan, just to piss these idiots off. Just to anger them. Put that money into another Felix loan. I don't even want to buy him. Put him in another loan. But man, we are almost there. I pray the ownership does not just take the money, take the 55 and run. That is more than enough. Take it and run.
So
take it and run.
This is what I saw just now, about 30 minutes ago. Mount is prepared to fight for his move to United. Also, in terms of joining the team as a free next season, he does not want to see the deal collapse, according to Fabrizio Romano. Interesting.
No, Abdullah, the reports today has exposed this man because his entire fan base, Johnny Minerals, all these Rory Jennings, they were all arguing that the club was going against him. That's why they were targeting him. But Abdullah, the thing is, when you want to talk about Chelsea, right, and you want to talk about this ownership, you have to think about who the owners are. We are used to Abramovich. We know how how Abramovich acts. Now we have to we have to think how do these you know these Americans. You have to think about how they think, right?
Mr. Cow
So
can say in America too.
yeah. So even Mr. Carl, yes. So when you think about these American businessmen, for them, you do not sell an asset like Mason Mount. You get it? He's a very marketable player, especially for the fan base. So if the owners are trying to keep him and he doesn't want to be here, how do you defend him? What do you do for him? What do you do? Where we are, the problem with this fan base, and I'm very sad to say this, we're in a very low point. But the good thing is that when you're at your lowest, there's only one direction to go, and that is upward. The problem with this fan base, we're making a very big case over a mediocre player. This is not Ronaldo. This is not Messi. This is not a guy this is not Salah. This is not Hazard. Hazard, we didn't cry this much over Hazard. Why are we crying this much?
Even when we finished there, Hazard even still one more season for us.
Hazard stayed. He committed. He stayed. Even with Sarri ball, Hazard was here. Playing with Higuain, dragging. I personally believe we wasted Hazard's best seasons. The way Liverpool right now is wasting Van Dijk, Alisson, and Salah. We wasted Hazard's best season by surrounding him with donkeys. This man, why are we complaining about him? The boy who had a dream. He's not the boy who had a dream. He's the boy who sold you a dream. He sold you a dream.
No. Don't get me annoyed with that fully statement. The fake boy who was
a fake boy, idiot.
That idiot.
He sold you a dream, and we know why they support this man. We know. Let us not act ignorant. Let's not act blind. The answer is right in front of our own eyes. It's always the same group that supports this type of idiots.
Right now, all I'm just waiting for is here we go. Everything has been done. His fan base, the fanboy, everybody needs to just pack their bag, pack whatever they want to pack, follow him to Manchester. I'm sick and tired of the fan base. It's getting to the stage where I am just pissed off. Because every day, mount this, mount that, mount this, mount that. Like as if it's Ronaldinho, it's Neymar, it's Lionel Messi. Excuse me? Mr. Abdul, Mason Mount United.
Yeah, big up everyone. Good evening. Happy Friday.
Big up, brother, big up.
Yeah, so with regards to Mason Mount.
That's the latest report from Fabrizio on his YouTube account. Mason is gonna do everything possible to go to this. He doesn't want to leave next season, he wants to go this season. So they'll come to a compromise.
The thing is, I'm not an advocate of clubs pandering to players. As you've already known me so many times, and I've mentioned it so many times. I will defend every Chelsea player with the truth as far as I'm aware. But if a Chelsea player, there comes to any point in their career to mention to the organization that they want to leave, I don't care what their contribution has been. Let them go. What I've recently learned is sometimes when people that know more than you say something, even if you don't understand it, just accept it or don't argue against the point. Like up to 20 years ago or something like that, or maybe like 18 years ago, Jose Mourinho made a statement like that you don't need it. What you need is not the players. It's the manager that you need. And any player, he sort of like made the point as if you can do away with any player. That was the message he was trying to transmit there. And then people did not understand what he was trying to say. They were arguing with him. Even me then, I was starting to think like, if you have a big player, if they want to leave, you have to beg them, you have to persuade them, you have to give them what they want, you have to convince them to stay because they are big players. Now, fast forward, what Jose was saying, like some 18 years ago, is actually true. But a lot of us have limited knowledge when it comes to football. We just like follow football. We like to watch football. I've come to the realization now, like, look, no matter how big a player is, once they come to the point or the decision where they're asking to leave the club, don't even like entertain it more than once. Just sell them, allow them to go. Players come, players go. There's no point, us twisting whatever. With regards to this Mason Mount, since he's come out that he wants to go, he has to go this summer. But I don't want us to rush because we've got all summer.
Mm-hmm.
In my own opinion, we must not allow him to leave for anything less than 60 million. Maybe 60 million minus two. That will give him 2 million so that he can buy a house in Manchester. But officially, it has to be minimum 60 million. And there should be no rush because we have all summer. And if they don't offer that 60 million, then we should allow him to remain. We should make him actually force him to remain at Chelsea for the rest of the season, and then he can go for free. The organization, you can't be bigger than the organization. You can't be bigger than Chelsea Football Club as a football player. These are the principles people like Alex Ferguson held on to that made them actually succeed for years upon years at Man United. These are one of the very few principles you have to hold on to. A player cannot become bigger than the club, no matter what your achievement is, because the club, in a way, once you're there, the club is the one that is actually making you. So if he wants to leave, let him go, whatever. But they've got to meet our valuation. If they don't meet our valuation, then he will have to remain there in some whatever capacity, maybe train with the under 21 or whatever, away from the first team until next season. Because I don't want to go into too much details because it will sort of seem as if we are sore or we are disappointed or we are desperate, or I don't really want to go into it, but I don't even know why he wants to leave. I don't know. I know they had like a contract dispute.
I think there's no. The issue was there was a problem. I think it was since last year February. February. When they offered Rhys James before the new takeover came in. They offered Mason a contract. He rejected. Why James accepted. So when the new takeover comes in when the new takeover comes in, they gave James a 6 years contract. James agreed and he signed. So they offered Mason and he rejected. He said no, he wants to wait till this year. Then they have to negotiate and have a conversation. When this year
but,
came
but
in,
the, but the thing is, it's called negotiation for a reason. It's a contract. People can always negotiate their ways around a contract.
yeah.
So I don't really know why that will lead to him wanting to desperately leave the club. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how many 24-year-olds, especially English player playing in the Premier League, will be so desperate about the finance in a contract. I mean, it's 2023. What is the difference? How much significant is the difference from what you want and what they're offering you that is making you so desperate that you want to leave? I mean, I said this a while ago that I don't think he's too strong mentally, and he's a little bit I think he like bought into the narrative that was being pushed out there, the PR that was being pushed out there. I think he sort of like plugged into it because there was once in an interview, I think that was when Lampard was there, maybe in his second season or so, and he mentioned something like, "Oh, people have to understand that I'm still young, um, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and things like that." And I thought this is what somebody is saying to him that he's just repeating. Because as a footballer, most footballers are deluded. Even if you're 18 years old and you believe in yourself, you think you're the best player. That's how an average footballer is. An average footballer is like insecure and deluded. even when they're very young, they're thinking, oh, why is the manager not playing me? I'm better than him. So what if he's 25 years old? I'm still better than him. This is how their mindset is. But for him to be thinking like, oh, people should stop criticizing me. People should understand I'm still young. I'm still learning. I just thought that's what somebody's repeating to him. So I've always said, I mean, I don't have a problem with his play. I've already analyzed his game. And I think we've seen his ceiling. He's not going to go beyond that. I've not seen anything that shows me he's going to go, beyond or above what we've seen so far. So he can live, and to me, I pin him down or I attach him to the class of Lampard. The players Lampard brought through, and we already know their ceiling. We already know their maximum. We know what this team that set. We know what they can deliver.
Yeah.
So it's time for us to construct a new team, and I wouldn't cry over him really. I don't want to overanalyze his game too much because it just seems like, oh well, whatever. So if he has to leave, okay. The only thing I'm not even thinking about it on the football terms. The only thing I'm thinking about is on the financial terms, because I don't want us to project ourselves like we are weak. You know what I mean? Where they can just offer us anything and we just accept. That's the only. I want us to project ourselves like we are a football force. That's the only part I'm actually I'm concerned about, and that's what I'm actually looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to say like, ooh, I don't want the day to come where we're gonna like lose him or whatever. I'm not looking at it. This deal, I'm not looking at it from a football terms. I'm looking at it as from an organizational perspective. Like, what are we going to be projecting out there? Are we going to be projecting that we are a big club? Because to be honest, I was actually pissed off when Callum Hudson-Odoi put in a transfer request and Bayern wanted him for like 40 million and we didn't sell him. That decision really pained me. I was pained by that decision. That how can a like 18-year-old boy be like putting forward a transfer request and we're trying to persuade him. We're bending left, right, forward, backwards to convince him to remain at the club. The day he put in that transfer request, that same day we should have sold him or made the announcement to sell him. You can't pander to some of these guys, man. Some of these guys are really insecure. And I've already said it before that our academy, we should look at our academy as what big organization call social corporate responsibility. That's what you give back to the community around you to help them. So it should be like what we offer, some kind of like charity, the help we give to the community, to the young footballers around the community to help them to become successful footballers. That's what our academy should be for. Not like for first team. If that was as easy as that, don't you think Barcelona will buy all the young players in the world and put them in an academy and make them into first team players? Or don't you think the poor teams or the average teams like the Aston Villas, the Southamptons, they will grow players from the academy? Because these are like small teams. Why do they sometimes go, stretch themselves to the point where they're paying big money for players? Why did you just rely on the academy? It's not easy to translate football from kids to, men's football. But this is some of the things that they've sold to us for so many years, and people have believed in it. That is why when people tell me, oh, Emenalo did so much work because of the academy, I was like, can you guys stop it, please? Okay, because people like that sold us this kind of things, this kind of principle. They sold it to us. We can develop young kids, and then we'll grow young kids, and they will come into the first team.
But
as a football club,
because
we need to have an identity.
But Abdul, sorry to cut you short. The most annoying part about
These are
this,
what people.
because
Hello?
the most annoying part about this Mason Mount stuff that has been annoying me
for a very long time is the
That's what I
fan
can hear.
base. The fan base, because
Can
I
you hear
know
me?
how. See, yeah, I can hear you. Because I said the most annoying part about this Mason stuff is the fan base, where we know Mason Mount ceiling. We know he's ceiling. He's not Ronaldinho. He's not Messi. He's not Ronaldo or Neymar. He's just Mason Mount. Just portray him as Mason. Don't compare Mason to Lampard because that's a suicide to do. But Chelsea fan base, when you criticize Mason Mount, is a bigger problem. I'm like, managers and players get criticized because it's not good enough. You want him to do better. And see, the talk as if Mason Mount has not even won us the Premier League title. They've not even he has not even won us the Premier League title. Now, his whole entire career, he's played almost 400 and something career matches for Chelsea, and he's scored 22 goals. How can Abdul, please, can you explain that to me? Close to 400 appearances for Chelsea and scored 22 goals. Same thing goes to Kai Havertz, 91 Premier League appearances for Chelsea, 19 goals. How do I explain that? And I keep telling people, no players is bigger than the club. If you're not good enough, get out. Very simple. Very, very simple. If I go to Mr. Carl, let me quickly read the chat. So, Vote for Your Face said, Rhys James, Diego Silva, Chilwell, Kepa are all the players that remain from the UCL winning squad. Tayo said, we better get Caicedo before the transfer will be a failure.
I don't know about that.
Drink Henry, Fahil, shout out to you, said Johnny Minerals need to fuck off like Mount. I'm sick of this fan base because of Cobham. Lord have
He's
mercy.
crying right now, right?
Fahil,
He's crying.
I am also sick and tired too.
Abdullah,
Sick
he's crying in the space right now.
I don't give an F. I don't
He's such a
even care.
weirdo. The guy is such a
I
weirdo,
don't
man.
care. I don't give an F about it. Adegoke Aramide said Chelsea 157 plus add-ons, yeah, 65 million. James is a real Chelsea, but we'll see. Adegoke said they gave him 6 years contract. Yeah, they gave him, yes, that's what I was saying. And he signed. I see, shout out to you. Who said Mason was the poster boy? Lacobam. The proper Chelsea fans. They have to come out. Mount was never the poster boy, Lord have mercy. I don't even know
You
who
have
called
no
him.
idea, man. Come on, let's be honest.
I see said, let's be honest, if Mount was black, he wouldn't even get his support. Please, I don't want to go there, please. I don't want to go there, please. That's sick. I don't want to go there. Please.
No, Abdullah, listen. Tammy Abraham has 56 Premier League appearances for us with 21 goals. Kai Havertz 91 with 19 goals. Yet we said Tammy was not good enough. Why the hell are we? It's weird. It's just weird.
Adegoke also said if they should put James for us to sell now, big club than the way Mount his issues going. Man United don't want to pay 65, but I will go there. So we'll see. I see also said, so who is bigger snake, Mason Mount and Thibaut Courtois? Oh Lord,
100%, 100%.
I can't wait for Man United versus Chelsea at the bridge. Yeah. I cannot wait. I need to check the fixture. I think our first match, I'm not sure. The first match is in November. I'm not sure if it's gonna be at the bridge or at Old Trafford. I will check the schedule. I will check the schedule. We'll see. IC said it is going to Luis Figo to Madrid. It's giving you Luis Figo to Madrid vibe. We'll see. Faiz said Johnny Miller is doing a Twitter space right now and raging. I don't care. See, if I have bucket, I'll give him a bucket to card inside. So I'll use the bucket to bath. It should F off. Ian Mason Mount should F off and go to Manchester United. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm tired. I'm sick. Tired of it. I don't care. You see this poster, boy. You see these posters and chants, man. I said, very toxic environment. Lord have mercy. I say also, my God, we are talking about the ball who has never won us the title, even in an FA Cup. He never been the Premier League player of the season. If I talk too much, people will have a go at me. Let me just keep short. It will stink up that Man United locker room, and I won't care. Do I even care? I don't care. I don't have time. Man United aren't just buying a player; they are buying a flock of useless people who will back him to the wall. We'll see. Nana, shout out to you, Nana. Shout out to you. You are running away. There is God, though. I blame Roman for letting that culture to grow. Before 2025, we never fancy this academic like this. I don't know, like, it's annoying right now, but Agakao, help us out with your knowledge, sir. Mason Mount to United, because me,
Uh,
I have logged out.
I mean, Mason Mount, what does he actually do?
That's the question. I don't
What
even
does he
know.
actually do? Technically, what does he do?
You want
He
like
runs
a
around a
headless
lot.
just
You know,
one. That's it.
managers like it because he runs around. But what does he actually do? I mean, this is the problem with all these English players. Sometimes they build them up so much, and then you ask the question, okay, what do they actually do? Now, there's no way this boy stays back at Chelsea. This is kind of like to Goulet's point about no players begin in the club. Once a player wants to leave, let him go. Let him go. Don't waste time. Don't beg. When Gundogan said he was going to Barcelona, I wished him well. I said bye, goodbye. We don't want to see you again. Go away. You have to back the club every single time. And I was like, we hope we see you in the UCL and knock you out. You got to do that. If United wants him, sell the guy. Let him go. Get somebody else. Use the money to buy somebody else. How long does he have left on his contract? 1 year?
1 year, yeah.
Well, sell him for 55. Move on. Move on. Seriously, come on. Why are you Chelsea messing around with this guy? Sell him for 55, 60 and move on.
Chelsea wants to sell him for it, but United doesn't want to pay that money. Now Chelsea is forcing them to pay it.
How much do they want to pay?
They only want to pay 50 plus add-ons.
The reality, you don't sell it right now. Come January, he becomes a free agent. You can negotiate with anybody for free. What are you going to do?
Yes, exactly.
So it's buyer's market right now for him. So sell him. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. Get him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a buyer's market.
It's like I've never seen a Chelsea fan base being divided because of one single player.
It happens all the time. I mean, even now, even with my fan base, there's division between players like Bernardo and stuff. I'm like, look, whatever Bernardo wants to do, let him do. Bernardo's given us more than we can ask for. If Bernardo wants to, I've said Bernardo wants to go to Benfica in 2 years. Let him go on a free transfer. Who cares? Let him do 10 years and leave. Done 10 years, testimonial. Give him. Let him go on a league. Let him go on a testimonial and leave. Why do you, if he just wants to do 10 years and wants to leave on a free transfer, why are you trying to extend the contract again? Let him go. He'll be 32 years old. You have done this time. We've won the Champions League, won 4 Premier Leagues. Kiloku. Let him go on a free transfer, my friend. Or you make it an offer he can't refuse. A big contract. Big contract. I mean, major money. Double his money. Make him stay. If your wife is complaining about in Manchester rain, show her the bank account. Double the money. Let her talk there. All this, Declan Rice wants to stay in London. What are you talking about, Declan? I mean, I know I'm digressing. Declan Rice wants to stay in London, so he's going to go to Arsenal. What are you talking about? Are you serious? You have the opportunity to play under one of the best managers in world football, who is a specialist at making number 6s better, who coached Busquets and is coaching Rodri, arguably the best CDM in the world football right now, who himself was a CDM for Barcelona when they won the first Champions League, coached by Cruyff. And you're telling me you want to stay in London because it's closer to home. What are you talking about? What kind of mentality are these people having? Manchester is 2 hours away from London. You're telling me you can't take a train and go back and forth. You can't ship your wife there or send a helicopter to pick her up on weekends. I mean, this mentality is madness.
English mentality.
English mentality is madness.
I'm tired of. I'm just sick of that. I can't even wait when I can't even wait when to just.
I know boys who commute from New York to DC, 3 hours, 3 times a week, and they're not earning £4,000 a week or £20,000 a week. Let him go to United, Joe. Useless. Seriously. And Chelsea, this guy
right now, me myself, I'm just like.
The idea is, you got this guy from the academy, it costs you nothing.
Nothing.
The money you get from him is profit. Take the money and go.
Simple.
What are we talking about here? Because if you don't let him go, in January he goes for nothing. You lose every single penny.
And the problem now is it's gonna cause a divide in the fan base where the fan is gonna be looking at the boardroom. What Mason, and they're gonna be protecting Mason. Now the fan base are having a go at Mason, not even the board anymore, because they know, okay, now, because this is the scary part about it, Mr. Cow. Chelsea offered him a 200,000 a week contract.
United is suffering the same amount of money. Chelsea gave him a 6 plus 1 year contract. He said no, I want a 5 years. I'm like,
Then
okay, I
get the
can
same.
understand
Get him out. Get him out. Don't waste time.
I can understand the contract, but it is the same wage, the same money. Then what the heck is
He
going on?
doesn't want to be there. Let him go.
Simple.
Simple. There's no debate.
Get out.
He doesn't want to be there. Let him go. Don't waste time. Anymore. Right to my fan base crying, oh, Gundogan is leaving. Like, what are you crying for? Let me tell you the truth about the guy. I love the guy.
More players is bigger than the club. If it's not good enough, get out.
There's a reason why the club are saying, hey, Gundo, we cannot give you 1 year contract, maybe 1 year and a half. You can't go there because they know they've seen the signs that yes, in the final third is amazing. But in the midfield, he ain't got legs, man. Legs are gone. You don't believe me? Go and check out what Camavinga did to him in the Champions League. Ran past him. Even though he was ahead of Camavinga, ran past him. Look at what Enciso did to him in Brighton against Premier League. Blew past him. Guy was blowing. He can't run. Let him go to Barcelona. Let him go and play against Sassuolo and Elche and all these guys.
Elche and Eibar and
yes, enjoy himself there.
do you think you get racially abused over there?
Gundogan?
Yeah, he's Turkish, so I think he just might.
Yeah, no, they know he's light skinned now, so they'll like him. You know.
Because before I go to okay, Mr. Cow, because it's kind of annoying to me because see, we know the truth. People that watch football,
period. Chelsea Football Club, take a 55 million, bank it, get a player that you need. Don't faff around with this guy or United. Don't. The guy has told you no.
Yes.
You give him the equal money, he said no. You give him 6+1 or he said no. Get him out.
Simple.
Think about Cancelo. And I keep going back to examples because this is what a club that has won things before, right? Cancelo. Mm-hmm. The moment he started fighting with Pep in January, what did they do? Call Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, you want a player? Here he is. Guess what? We don't want a loan fee. Take him for free.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want a loan fee. Take him for free. Done. Move it out. What's his name? Gundogan. You don't want to sign? Oh yeah, bye-bye. They go. Fernandinho.
Same thing with Kai Havertz. Immediately Kai Havertz the Arsenal if he told the board he wants to go. And he also said, price tag 70 million. Arsenal said we're gonna buy him.
Because his boy is English. Because there's a romantic tie. That's the problem. Why? And it's going to United, who can be a competitor. Mm-hmm. The reality is the boy doesn't want to be there. Doesn't want to be there. Let him go.
Simple.
Yeah.
So let me quickly go to the chat before I come to K. Isis said, imagine you waking up every day and hearing this Mount BS. Lord have mercy. Is Kanagalaga with an afton? Lord have mercy.
Thank you.
As Isis said, I told my dad about this Mount situation. He said, who is that? Same with my mom. Who is Mount? They know Hazard. Who is Mount? Chelsea haven't won a title for 7 years. Why should I bend over Mount? Isis also said, a midfielder of Mount Bruno and Casemiro. Casemiro might two-footed Mount for losing the ball.
Abdullah, I wonder what is Ten Hag ball? Are you trying to retain the ball or are you trying to play transition? But we'll find out next season. Not my problem, not my player.
Exactly. Ogake, Mason Mount to Manchester divided. Give me your take. Mr. K. K, are you there? K. That's my phone.
Where is Blue Eyes?
K, Blue Eyes will not show up.
Blue Eyes
when it comes to Mount, it won't show up. Blue Eyes, it will not show up. When it comes to Mason Mount, it won't show up. Isn't that Blue Eyes? We know Blue Eyes. It's not going to show up. Mr. K, are you there? I think K's muted his mic. Maybe when he's ready, he will have a conversation. Because me, Mount and his fanboys, he can F off. I don't care anymore. I'm tired. You can go. Adios to Manchester. If I have the money, I will either you take the train or the bus. I will drive you myself there to Manchester. I don't care. You can get the fuck out. Mr. K, are you there now? I think K is muted. So, K-Man is official. Chelsea is officially buying a club in Strasbourg. You give me your take.
As soon as I heard the news, I went and I talked to someone, a friend called. Shout out to Steve, by the way.
Mhm.
He's a Strasbourg fan. I had to tell him, welcome to the family. Welcome to the Chelsea family. Now, with this acquisition, I can understand why they spent so much money in January with all these signings. Said, okay, you want to bring in young talent and then nurture them instead of playing into this market, which is, let's be honest, this market in a few months' time we might just see a quarter of a billion player. You know how crazy that is? 250 million on a single player. So, how many years will it be until we see a billion player? The market is going to be ruined soon. That's the truth. So, I think this is the first club, Strasbourg. The next one is going to be one in Portugal, and then we're going to go for one in, I think, Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
Yeah. So, this is what you want to do. You want to before you can go out and spend on the market, you have to look at home, and say, what do we have? And we cannot just look at Cobham, because Cobham is a very weird place, and I'm tired of the politics of that place. You have to look out and say, okay, we have markets in
Hold on, Fabrizio
this.
just tweeted. Hold on, Fabrizio just tweeted. Koulibaly has completed his medical and signed his contract with Al Hilal. Everything is completed. Here we go done deal.
How much is the fee?
Chelsea is gonna be getting 25 million euro for Kalidou
Oh
Koulibaly.
wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, everything is done. It's passing his medical. It will be unveiled very soon.
I feel very sorry for Cooley. I feel very sorry for Cooley though. How many years this man was seen as the actual defender and whatnot. People kept hunting him down, and finally, when he comes to the Premier League, his first season is a circus. I don't like how he left, but it is what it is. What can you do? It is what it is. Now going back to Strasbourg, right? I'm happy we have gotten a club in France. The league is physical there. I mean, if we send Datro Fafana and this guy Omar Hutchinson and these other kids there, and maybe even Caicedo, I think they could develop well, because we get there's a lot of good talent that comes from the league, from Uber Eats. We'll see, man. We'll see. Hopefully, maybe Strasbourg beats PSG to the title, then we'll have real serious conversations then.
Relax. Abdul just officially bought the club. RS Salzburg. Give me your take.
Yeah. Personally, I don't like this move, man.
Relax.
I don't like this move. See, as a big club, I think you have to do away with some kind of vision, all this kind of vision. Look, we cannot buy all the players in the world, and all the players in the world cannot play for Chelsea. Okay, if we buy a young player, then it should be a young talented player, and you should come to the first team straight away. If you cannot make it in the first team, then we'll sell you. There's no point in gathering all these young players, hoping that they will develop here, send them here, send them there, and all this stuff. No. A player can only play for one club. What's all this vision about? It's just we're just going on another wild goose chase, spending money, giving clubs that don't deserve it free money,
But
and
but
all this
Abdul,
stuff.
Man City has a feeder club also in
So why
America.
why do you have to be Man City? Why do you have to be Man City? I just don't understand what's okay. So how many players have City sent to their feeder club and it's turned out to be a first teamer? It's just waste of money. You
Mr.
can't
Khan
buy
is our
you can't buy all the players in the world. You can't develop all the players in the world in as much as you want. You just have to scout them when they're young enough and bring them to Chelsea. Look, when we bought Hazard, he was 22. When we bought Oscar, he was 22. Even Azpilcueta was 22. They came to Chelsea at the same time. Victor Moses, 22. They came to Chelsea at the same time. Okay, the ones that can make it into the first team, allow them to make it to the first team. If you cannot make it into the first team, if you cannot compete to make it, if you cannot develop to make it into the first team, then sell him off for a bit of profit or whatever. If you cannot make profit, then you just have to sell him off one way or the other. And this magic, people so much believe in this magic of let's loan him out. As if you loan a player out, he becomes a new player after like 12 months. If you loan a player out and he doesn't train properly, he doesn't develop properly, he's not going to come out a better player. Sometimes it can be actually better to keep the player in this Chelsea environment and give him proper routine, proper drill, proper training, proper development, proper monitoring, proper control for him to become a better player than sending them away. What made what's it called Zuma not a Chelsea player today? It's because he went on loan on Stoke. Before he got injured, he was a good player. He was a solid defender. If after the injury we actually retained him at Chelsea, he might still be at Chelsea today. Loftus-Cheek, what happened? As the loan system, has it made Joe? Has it made him a better player? We're still all, salivating about the Joe we saw in his first season before the injury. So if we cannot use our environment, our own environment that is under our own control to develop a player, I don't know why we're sending them out. Okay. And even if we're going to send them out, it has to be well structured. We don't have to send a player out on loan for 1 year. He can be on loan till Christmas and then we'll bring him back. It should be part of their education. We can't just go dump them somewhere and say, come back and then we'll be a better player after a few months. I don't understand all this stuff. Do you think Foden would have been the player he is today if Man City had sent him out on loan? No, but he had to be under the eagle eyes of Pep Guardiola. Pep has to be seeing him every day and be telling him what he's doing wrong and what he's doing right. Create routine for him. People think you have to play 11v11 on a Saturday or Sunday to become a better player. That will just help you mentally to adjust to pressure and all these things like that. It won't really physically as a player make you a better player. Look, there's some football, there's some like 5v5 or 6v6 that will get you actually sharper than if you're playing 11v11. So I don't really understand. I don't know. I mean, this is another Melanoid route, an idea somebody put on the table and looks nice, and then you're just going with it. And then in 5-6 years, only God knows.
Fair enough. Mr. Cow, Strasbourg, Chelsea bought Strasbourg. Because I know City have a feeders team in New York City, and I'm not sure of the other, but I know of the New York City where I think it's an Etihad store where you guys kind of have the second team in terms of that.
Yeah,
Etihad
I mean, that's the new model that everybody's following now, is to buy these clubs as part of the franchise. It's good. It's a good model. It spreads your name across the globe. It builds that base. You can use it for future transfers. There's so much you can leverage from it as well. You make money from it. You sell players. It's good. It really is good. So no surprise.
Okay.
Congratulations on that.
Fair enough. Guide me quick. Our Chelsea have bought Salzburg 65, but potential according to report, we're gonna be buying 100% stake, but right now 65.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, yes, sir.
Yeah. I just heading to the crowd, everybody, man. I just feel like, yeah, it just depends on the strategy, right? I mean, I don't believe on copying. Hey, you want to copy, another club. If you work for Club A, doesn't necessarily mean you work for Club B, because successful teams like Real Madrid, they don't have that team. They don't have another team that they bought. Of course they have their little they have Castilla team that plays in the Spanish. I think the Spanish second or third division. Apart from that, they develop their own players in their own academy. The same with teams like Ajax. But I don't know, but this new style of you having RB Leipzig has group of teams. So it has two or three teams. They have Man City has 3 teams too. You know, I don't know. Top B and Co. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but if they want to use it as a grooming ground for young talent that he bought to compete in the French league, which is it's not a bad league, which is an okay league. Before the to check if it works. We can't tell. We can't see the future, right? So I probably think we'll wait 3 to 4 years to see what the strategy is and how the production line is being utilized, from this transfer to Chelsea. Maybe even I'm hearing they want to buy Rio Ave, the
Mm-hmm.
Portuguese too. So let's just see. Let's just see. I don't know if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. So if you ask me, it's not a bad initiative. The thing is, works for point. If you work for Club A, it doesn't necessarily mean work for Club B. That's my take.
Fair enough. Before you talk about that fake bastard, Aspi to Inter Milan, we talked about Aspi, Sandro Tonali, your quick take on them, Christopher Nkunku being announced, unveiled today, Kai Havertz to Arsenal. We haven't talked about, we will talk about Caicedo, but then before you talk about the fake boy who has a fake dream, just quick take on that.
And I don't know people that have dreams, man. Dreams don't always come true in football. But anyway, so Aspi has been an amazing servant of the club. I think he's the sixth most capped Chelsea player of all time. I'm
Yeah,
the highest.
11 years spent in Chelsea.
Yeah, in 11 seasons, I think he has 508 caps. I think he has had. I think He's the only Chelsea player that has won every trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Every available trophy. And that's just remarkable, right? He used to represent, the bridge between the old era and the current era. So you could say this is the end of an era with Aspi actually moving. He's been a fantastic servant of the club, and of course, I believe he deserves to have a banner at Stamford Bridge,
Mm-hmm.
because he's an amazing legend, like true captain. Never gave the club any trouble. He
Abdullah,
was
I'll be
bought
back.
from
Sorry, I'll be back.
Okay.
yeah, he was bought from Marcel for £7 million,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been super fantastic. At some point, he used to be the best 1v1 defender in the league. So yeah, I think that was a good one. Talk about who else did Nkunku. I'm really excited for Nkunku. I am looking forward to the partnership between Nkunku and Jackson. I think those two guys are fearless. They're going to play. I'm waiting to see what they do to defenders, because Chelsea has been very it's been really the old era, like what Abdul always says, the old era of Harvard, Mount. Those guys have they they just couldn't cut it. That's right. Last season, like it was
Mm-hmm.
time to move on to very physical, strong, technical, dynamic forward that can actually play together as a team and actually produce chances and score, right? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Nkunku, how he flew to that final third and how he finds space, to give Chelsea edge. But yeah, good signing, very good
Abdullah,
signing.
can I go after Amy? Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Continue. Sandro Tonali, Emmy, to
Sandro
Newcastle.
Tonali, Sandro Tonali to Newcastle is another very interesting one, because I know Sandro Tonali is a diehard Milanista.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to go.
Milan pushed him out because they were short of, they need money, so they have to accept the
Yeah,
deal.
yeah, he didn't want to go. Milan actually had to tell him, hey, we want to take this 80 million euros for you. You have to take this deal. You have to take it. And, he was able to, he's a very good midfielder. I'm really looking forward to partnership with Bruno Guimaraes. In the
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle midfield. I think Newcastle is doing fantastic business, because I'm hearing that they are also going for Theo Hernandez. And then they also want to get, a couple of very, very good experienced players, in that team. So, Tonali, it's been interesting to see how he adapts to the speed of the Premier League, because it's not going to be as slow as, not slow, but it's going to take him a little while. But let's see. You never know. But he's a very technically, gifted player. He can play, with both legs. He was dubbed the new Pello. He plays right deep in the heart of midfield. So this him coming in will actually allow, players like Guimaraes to actually venture more forward. Like, it's going to be interesting, midfield duo. And to just add here, I believe that whoever wins the Premier League next season is going to be the team that actually maintains the most balanced midfield throughout the season. I think that's going to be key. Everybody is kind of building this midfield strength during this transfer window, and it's going to be very interesting, how everybody ends up. But yeah, he's going to be a good player for sure. He just expect some very, very, very good long range, passes from him, and and also some fantastic free kicks too. He's a very good player. He's a young player coming up. He has a lot to learn, and I think he will learn a lot.
Fair enough. Nicola Jackson to Chelsea is done deal. Medical this week.
I've not watched that guy. But from what I've seen so far, he's a Senegalese. He's a Teranga Lion. He's strong. I like his ability on the ball. He's not just a box striker. I think he's the kind of striker Chelsea really needs. Someone that can actually, have that technical ability to become that extra player in the final third, and still be able to drive the ball into the box, separate from his man, and actually shoot, score. So he's going to be a very good buy. Let's see. He's young though. He doesn't have a lot of experience. But if people could hail people like Moani, that's Kolo Moani, right? The Frankfurt striker. I think this guy is also as fearless as as Moani too. So I think him and Nkunku will be very interesting. And then you have Modric on the left, and you have Madrick on the right? That front four is looking very, very interesting. I think all those front four will be able to be fluid. It's definitely going to be a very good addition to Chelsea. I think what Chelsea has been lacking is that fearless, forward that is totally committed and ready to actually put their body on the line to actually make the difference. So,
the fake boy who has a fake dream is going to Manchester. The fake boy who has a fake dream is going to Manchester.
You're talking about Mason Mount. I think for Mason Mount, my own stand of Mason Mount from the zero. Yasser is here. He's probably listening to me. Is Chimere here?
Yeah, Chimere is here.
Yeah, I don't.
Chimere, congratulations to you, sir.
To be very honest, my stand on this. Blue Eyes is the one that gasses up, players like Mason Mount, Declan Rice. I don't really think he possesses, so much technical. But you know what? When I watched the Manchester United versus Manchester City FA Cup final, I was like, you know what? If Man U had a Mason Mount, someone that connects Casemiro to Bruno, that can carry the ball, and all he does is just carry the ball and carry the ball forward, connect both midfielders, because that's what Man U lack. That midfielder that can carry the ball from Casemiro up to Bruno, because what happens most times is Bruno is coming back to come and get the ball, or maybe Eriksen is trying to do that job, and Eriksen is getting older. But if they have a Mason Mount that can actually, that is tireless, that can defend, that can also just, apply the pressure to win the ball, I think with a good coaching with Ten Hag, he'll be able to be that, connector between, Casemiro and Bruno. And then you never know, he can also score, some goals here or there, and he can Mason Mount is still raw. He still needs to coach very well. So I think there's a player in him. I think Manchester United just needs to pay up. I think they need him in their team compared to what Chelsea, Chelsea is playing.
Emmy,
Yeah,
so you think if you remove the goals, he's better than McTominay, he's better than Fred,
yes.
and he's better than Ericsson.
I think Ericsson, of course, he's not technically as gifted as Ericsson. It's just that Ericsson is not as mobile. I think what my strength is actually to turn their opponents over quickly and use their pace up front, right? And most times, what happens is you see where Bruno's starting point. His starting point will be different next season because he doesn't have to come that deep to get the ball. He can actually stay up there and know that Mount can actually get the ball and run in a particular direction.
Who is the starting 11? Sorry, the starting 3 for Man United's midfield.
The starting 3. Oh, it's gonna be Casemiro, Bruno, and Mount, right?
No. Currently without Mount. Currently.
Oh, it's gonna be. I think it's Casemiro, Fred, or I think it's Casemiro, Fred, and Bruno.
No, Casemiro, Bruno, and Ericsson.
Oh, Casemiro, Bruno, and Ericsson.
Bruno and Ericsson. So it's fair to assume that even their midfield needs refreshing.
Yes, and it was very clear in that FA Cup final, right? In that FA Cup final, I actually just put Mount in that midfield because the rumors just started just before that match. And I was like,
what I'm trying to say is, I don't think he's buying him for any strategic reason, like he can do this or do that they currently don't have. He's just buying him as a matter of he needs to refresh the midfield. He needs to construct a midfield. He needs to build a new midfield. I don't think he's going to bring anything to the midfield that they don't currently have.
No, but
bring anything to the midfield that we have not seen in United's midfield. He's a young up-and-coming English player.
Mm-hmm.
The best season he ever played in his life was that season where we won the Champions League.
Correct.
And a lot of the contribution from that season was him scoring goals. But for whatever reason, which I can't explain personally, I don't know why he's not hit that ceiling again. So you could say he's a good replacement, or he will be a good direct replacement for maybe like a Fernando, for the Portuguese guy, the guy that plays their 10.
Bruno?
Or maybe Bruno.
No,
he can't replace Bruno. He doesn't have the technical know-how to actually make that final pass consistent.
He's gonna play with Bruno.
Yeah, he's gonna play with Bruno. Yeah,
but Bruno, how old is Bruno?
He's 27.
Bruno is 27.
28.
Oh, okay.
28,
So
27.
he's still young. So he's gonna be running around. So he's gonna be running around for Bruno. Okay,
correct.
That's fine.
Like I said, right? It's gonna be that connection. So instead of Casemiro and Bruno, instead of Bruno coming all the way to the center circle to get the ball, they know that Casemiro can stay where he is and Mount will be right ahead of him, and then just get the ball up to Mount, and Mount can combine with the fullback or the wingers to actually drive the ball up the field to get it up to Bruno, where Bruno can now do damage. I think that will keep Bruno fresher as the season wears on. I think that's the strategy. I'll be surprised if anything else.
To be honest, I'm not personally. I'm not losing sleep. I just want them to pay 60 million.
Nobody's losing sleep. I'm
not directing it at you, but I'm not even feeling like I've lost a player. I just want them to pay the 60 million and nothing less.
Yeah.
No, I think the reason Ten Hag, if you watch the way Ten Hag plays, look at his Ajax team. People think Ten Hag wants this midfielder to come deep, collect the ball. He wanted that at first with Frankie, remember? That's what he wanted. But he couldn't get Frankie, so he had to switch it up. If you look at the profile of his 21-22 team before he came to United, he had a destroyer in Alvarez, which is what Casemiro's doing. Then he had 2 8s and Bogoys and the other guy, Gravenberg. Bruno's 138, so he wants another one at Mount. But which Ericsson was playing that role, but the thing that Mount gives that Ericsson doesn't give is Ericsson is not good defensively. He doesn't have the work rate to press. He doesn't have the energy to press. And when you play against a team like Man City, Arsenal, all these teams that can hold the ball without make you run, he gets overrun. And also, Fred is good at pressing, but Fred doesn't have the technical ability to evade a press like Mount does. Mount is good at evading press and carrying the ball. He's not a technician, but he's better than Fred at technical ability.
So he wants to play. Is he trying to implement the 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder and 2 number 8s?
Yeah, that's what he's going for because
that will free up his wingers a bit more.
Yeah.
Currently he's not getting much from his wingers. Okay.
Yeah, and that will allow his wingers to now cut inside, right, and combine with either of Mount, who has the energy to go up and down actually. So he's going to
if we're to play we're just playing the role of analyst now. So we're just analyzing him. We've moved away from the deal itself, and he could actually help Ten Hag in a way. He can help Ten Hag to like maybe retain his job to some extent if you look at it in a Machiavellian way, because once what's it called, Mount puts on that Man United jersey, the press will start whitewashing him. He will be like, Mount the savior. They will start writing things that we never knew about it before. How technical he is, how brilliant he is, how because he's a fantastic player. So I mean that will give a bit of credit to Ten Hag as well. So
it
will help Ten Hag.
I personally think and believe that he would actually add value in that midfield compared to a Chelsea midfield that plays with 2 pivots and then another player that's closer to the striker. I think it makes so much sense to play in that mind system. And then, just like Chimere said, the way Ten Hag plays, he has been missing that midfielder that actually combines with both his defensive midfielder and his creative midfielder. So I think Mount actually fits that bill perfectly. If they go for any other player, it's going to be hard to get that total. I'm not saying he's a complete player. He's still coachable to improve. Of course, you're going to coach him to get better at some of his weaknesses, like this from the game. His first touch is okay. He knows how to control the ball, but his ability to now turn in that half space is something else that they'll probably work on too, just to make sure they use that as an advantage, numerical advantage when they have possession. So it's actually a good deal for Man U. Man U just needs to just pay. I think 60 million gets this deal over the line. Period. Right?
Yeah. Fabrizio said, I think he tweeted like 1 hour ago that Mount already have a conversation with the boy that he's not gonna sign a new contract, and
everybody knows that.
And also, he said he doesn't want the deal to collapse. He wants to move this summer.
If it's 60 mil, I'm walking away. If I'm United.
Yeah. Look, Mount.
So let me come to Chimere.
Abdullah, 2 seconds, please. Abdullah, 2 seconds. See, Mount cannot dictate to us what he wants. Okay, he's not above the club, and he's not bigger than the club. The club will do what is
the club has the evaluation.
Exactly, the club will do what is best for Chelsea interest. So all this he doesn't want to. He wants to move whatever. Look, if I was Chelsea,
what if he leaves for free?
Sorry.
What if he leaves for free?
Yeah, but it's not leaving for free this summer.
No, I'm saying, but what if you don't sell him this summer?
So be it.
No problem.
No. Why should we be afraid of that? That's what I don't understand.
No, I'm saying, but when you can get a guy out of form that's been out of form, and you can get 50 plus, you get 50 mil for him, you sell him. Why are you?
But Chimere, Chelsea has the valuation for Mr. Mount. They actually valued him at 75 million, right? Remember, this guy is supposed to be the poster boy of Chelsea Football Club as of last year or 2 years ago, right? And he has won the Champions League, right? He's played the final. He's played the World Cup. He's played the Euros too, got all the way to the semi-final. So he's an English international at 24 years. James Madison, who plays almost a similar role, will not give you. And James Madison is on 45 million, right? If you only get James Madison from Leicester City, who was relegated, 45 million, right? And guess what? He will not give you the number of games Mason Mount will give you every year. So why not just pay the extra 50 million and just move?
But let me say this. Let's say, for example, what if we say, okay, Mount is too expensive. We don't want Mount. He hasn't won his contract. Now, for example, what if we now because we don't get Mount? What if we get Caicedo now?
No, but Caicedo is 95 million pounds.
What if we now?
I'm saying 90 million.
That's a tricky game now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Chimere. Bryson won 90 for Caicedo. You're not paying 90.
Yeah, but Caicedo doesn't have 1 year left on his deal. We could pay.
Yes, but that's what the problem is because Chimere. The problem is you can't pay 90 million because
But the thing is,
this is Abdul, because transfer is like a business. You are dealing with Tony Bloom, who has a price tag on Moises Caicedo, and he's come out and said it. If you're gonna play Declan Rice 120, Moises Caicedo is better than Declan Rice. In his own analogy, you gotta pay 120. If they are already seeing this game between Chelsea and United, they're gonna tell United, if you want Moises Caicedo, give us 90. United will walk away. They will gladly walk away.
Moses Caicedo is better than Declan Rice.
That is what Tony Bloom said. That is what the president of Gatin said.
Abdullah, there's another thing. What if this Mason Mount deal collapses and we move our attention to Rice? Because we can get Rice, If we offer West Ham 80 million.
Rice is not the player you need.
No.
Rice, if you have Rice.
Abdullah.
Yeah.
I want to say something. Let me say something really quick, guys. And I'm surprised.
Blue Eyes, is that you?
Yes, sir. That's me.
Hey, what's up, my guy?
What's
Man, how
up,
you doing?
man? What's that? It's Friday, man.
We have a lot of talk about Blue Eyes. Huh?
Listen, let me tell you.
That's your last clap from AC Mountain.
Thank you.
So the next one's gonna be. I'm gonna bring the tears into the show. Everybody's gonna be crying for Mason.
Stop. Listen, today is Friday. It was I was gonna swear right now. It was a stressful week, but thank God it's Friday. I tell you. But let me tell you something. I am surprised that none of you mentioned something. Listen, you see this whole cat and mouse story with Mason Mount's contract, right?
Yeah.
You people have forgotten that all the leveraging power resides with who? Todd Bowley. Mason Mount cost the club 0.
Yes.
This is a 0 type transaction. So Todd Bowley can decide to sit on this till he gets what he wants. And Abdullah, I hope today we're going to give Todd Bowley his flowers in terms of business acumen.
Saudi Arabia and
in terms of business acumen. For those of you before Todd Bowley came that were forecasting doom, I hope you have washed your eyes with soap to see how it's done.
No soap.
I know. They be like sometimes they do like spirit. They do food for eye. They do
no.
I know.
Blue eyes. Blue eyes.
I think Blue eyes. You're giving credit to Todd Bowley. I give credit to Michel. And the guys, those sporting guys. Those are the brains behind how Chelsea is operating this summer. Right.
No. Blue eyes. I don't like this kind of blanket statement. You have to name. You have to name and shame, or you shame and you name. Okay, because this is a global platform. You can't just make a cover statement and say whatever. Because I've mentioned it so many times that I think.
You want to put my leg outside. Abdul wants to put my feet outside. No problem. He wants to pull my leg outside. No problem.
He wants you to vote with your feet.
He wants me to vote with my feet. He wants to pull my leg outside. No problem. Let's go.
Before I come to Blue Eyes, I'll come to Chimere quick before you talk about the fake ball was a fake dream. Quick take Tonali to Newcastle or Nicola Jackson.
Are you serious? Tonali to Newcastle?
No.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm gonna
80 million euros.
Big move.
Nicola Jackson. Let me come to Chimere.
Sorry. Chimere, sorry. Go ahead.
Nkunku to Chelsea, Azpilcueta to Inter Milan, Marcus Thuram to Inter Milan.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, give me your
So
take.
back to
And Kai
Tonali.
Havertz to Arsenal Football Club is a done deal.
Okay, so I'll start with Tonali. You said it's 80 mil, right?
Yes, 80 plus add-ons. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna call it right now. He's gonna be the flop of the window.
Oh Lord have mercy. Chai!
He's
No,
gonna flop, man.
Chimere, that's not true. Come on, man. Have you
Bro,
watched that?
they already. I don't see it. I've watched Tonali, man. He's a good box-to-box midfielder, but they already have so many of them at the club. Bruno does that. Willock does that.
No, there's a reason why they want to play the two.
And he's
They
not as
want to
good
play.
to me. Like, if you're gonna spend 80 mil on Tonali, why don't you just go and get Rabiot on a free? They're about the same level to me. From what I see.
What?
From what I see, I don't see anything fresh about Tonali, man.
Nah, you see. Let me say this on record. Today is the 23rd of June. You're gonna eat your words, right? When you watch that,
I'm telling you now. I'm calling it now. 80 mil will be a flop. He'll be the flop.
No. See, by the time you watch Newcastle, him and Bruno play by Christmas, we'll have a discussion by Christmas. You know, on this channel, we bring out the sword.
Hold on.
We bring out the sword by Christmas, right? So yeah.
Chimere, let me say something to that your comment about Tonali. And I don't know much about other league players, but I know I was paying attention to Tonali just because for those who they watch ball. However, you see what this guy, even though I don't respect this guy as a technical coach, this Newcastle guy, what's his name?
Eddie Howe,
because I know where it all began. So I think he gets too much credit. However, if you look at what Eddie Howe did to Joe Linton, think if you give him Tonali, he will make Tonali Zidane. If you can do that to Joe Linton,
no,
hold on. No, I'm just saying if you can transform a Joe Linton to be so functional in the midfield the way he did play last season.
Even a Joe Willock. Even a Joe Willock. Thank you very much.
Is Tonali better than Willock?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Come on, man. Come on. This guy is top the next Carlo.
The next Carlo. No, let me ask you. What is Tonali? What kind of is he a deep line playmaker? He's not.
He's a deep line playmaker.
He's like an Enzo. Yeah, he's like an Enzo.
He's not. He doesn't play like Enzo at all.
No,
but man, are you going to tell me about Tonali?
Let him finish.
He doesn't have the.
No, he's not a box to box. The box to box no. The box to box in AC Milan was Frankie Kessie when they won the league.
No,
it was not Tonali.
The deep line playmaker in AC Milan is Benassa. That's the guy who's the Pirlo.
Actually, Milan plays with two deep playmakers, right? Tonali and Benassa. Yeah, the two of them get the ball from the center back and they dictate the play from there. They actually spread apart, right?
Let him finish. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, he will flop. They spent 80 million on him, right?
No. I don't agree. We can agree to disagree, though. Yeah.
Let him finish.
But as far as what's the other one? You said Jackson to Chelsea.
Yeah, Nicola Jackson.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not gonna act like I don't really know much about Jackson like that. But to be honest with you, man, this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna just say this. You bought Jackson, but to be honest with you, I don't really think you needed to get another forward. I mean, Nkunku to me is a good forward. I think you could have gotten another attacking midfielder as an actual midfielder, like like a De Bruyne type, a guy that can connect the midfield to the attack. Because Nkunku's a good false nine. But now the issue is like if you get a striker now, where you playing Nkunku? You're gonna play him on the left because Modric wants to play left.
But Chimere, Chelsea don't have a striker. We've been saying for the past 4 months.
Yeah, Chelsea never had a striker.
Chimere don't have a striker.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Nkunku will play behind Jackson, and he will function as a shadow striker.
But I'm saying, so if you play a midfield pivot and Nkunku plays a shadow striker, you overran in midfield because he's not.
That's not true.
No.
Because he's not. He's a forward.
Wait, hold on. Should I tell you how it works? Those two guys in front. Wait, hold on, Abdul. You see Nkunku and you see Jackson. Those guys who press the ball, they are very.
You need more than that to control midfield. You need more than pressing. You need guys.
That's why Chelsea's going to get Caicedo, right?
Wasn't that
That's
the
how
issue
they're
you had
gonna
with Felix? Wasn't that the problem you had with Felix? Because he wasn't a midfielder. You got overran in midfield.
But the
That's the same
difference,
issue.
but Chimere,
We're gonna have
but
the
the
same
difference
problem.
between
No.
in as much as
Chimere. I would like just 2 seconds, please. Chimere, I've watched a few games by Jackson, and in one of the, can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
And in one of the games, I can't remember. I think against Valladolid also, they played 4-3-3. Okay, so they played 3 at the midfield and they played 3 up front, and and Jackson was the striker. And then against Barcelona away, they played 4-4-2, and he was playing with a twin with another forward player. So he's very comfortable playing in a 4-4-2 and in a 4-3-3, either as a lone striker or playing as one of the in a pair striker formation. So he's very comfortable with that. I don't think we are going to use. Nkunku is very flexible. He's very dynamic. He can play from the left, from the right, behind the striker, or as a false 9. So there's no argument in that. There's no argument around those 2 players. I don't have any reservations about what their contribution should be. The only reservation I have about Jackson is maybe he's too young. Okay, maybe he's too young because I think he's like only 20 now. So
He's 22. 22. Just
he's 22. Okay, so we cannot depend on him. It will be actually suicidal for us to depend on him, but he can deliver. So actually, to me, we actually need either more strikers, or maybe he will be like a direct backup to an Nkunku.
No,
So
they're
we
going to
cannot.
If he's the backup, if he's the backup to Nkunku, then
No, listen to
then
what I
that's
said
a good
first.
deal.
No, don't jump. Don't listen to what I said.
No.
What I first said. Okay, I said we cannot rely on him. Okay, it's not his fault that we cannot rely on him. He's a young player and he's still developing. And I think that's his first season outside Ivory Coast or where. We cannot rely on him. It will be suicidal for you to rely on a player
No,
like that. And
he's not from
let me
Ivory
finish.
Coast. He
Let
played in
me
La Liga now.
finish. Okay, let me finish. We cannot rely on him as a striker to deliver like 20, 25 goals for us. But he can deliver in terms of when you use him, he's going to deliver. He's going to do what you want him to do. He's that kind of player. But we cannot rely on him like every other young player. You'll be mad to rely on a young player just because they're still in the part of their development. That's all I'm saying. But there's no argument against around those 2 players at all. I don't see it, except
No,
we
but
start
you're
buying
not. I
other
don't
names.
think. I don't think you're getting what I'm
Okay,
saying.
Abdul,
I
let
don't
me
think
ask
you're
you a
getting.
question. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask Abdul a question. Abdul,
Go
would you
ahead,
have
yeah.
rather gotten Kolo Muani than Jackson? And they're the same age.
No, I'm saying, but why?
No, they're
why
not the same age.
One is older.
They're not the same age. Oh,
How old is
One is
Muani?
25.
oh okay.
Oh,
You know what you said, Emmy, is very interesting and very good. If only the 2 of them are going to be our strikers next season, I don't mind having the 2 of them, because with the 2 of them, you can accumulate like 30 goals
yes.
from the 2 of them, not playing together, but as a combined pair. You should be able to extract, or they should be able to deliver 25, 30 goals. See, that's what I want. But for us to rely on Jackson, I think that's madness. But
I
he
think,
will deliver.
yeah.
Namona, let Chimere finish. Let Chimere finish, guys.
Chimere, go ahead. Go on.
No, I'm saying, I'm not talking about Jackson as a whole. What I'm saying is, when you get Jackson, because you're buying him, when you buy a player, you have to develop him. So of course the plan is for him to be the future of the club, I'm sure, the future striker. So this is what I'm saying now. It brings up another conundrum, because my issue now is, if Jackson becomes let's say you play Jackson now and he starts hitting the ground running. So now where's Nkunku will play? Because if he plays in mid, I'm gonna say it again. If he plays behind the striker in a 4-2-3-1, you have the same problem you have with Felix. You're playing 4 attackers. The midfield will be overran. You have the same problems, because if Nkunku is not a midfielder by trade. He's an attacker. He can play there, but he's an attacker. He's looking to stay in the final third. He doesn't come to midfield much. So that's where the conundrum will start. But if the plan is for Jackson and him to rotate, then that's a good signing because to me, Nkunku is better as a false nine, as up top. That's where he shines, or in the front two with another striker. That's the best ways to play him, not in midfielders in that 4-2-3-1. But now, if you play Nkunku on the left, if you want to play Nkunku on the left now, that's another conundrum because how will Modric develop? So that's what I'm saying. So it just depends on what the plan is with this Jackson guy for me to rate him because I don't know what the plan is and what they're planning to use Nkunku and all this. That's why I'm not trying to say too much on it. But I have to see what the plan is because if the plan is to use him as a striker and for Nkunku to play behind him as in a 4-2-3-1, I don't think it will work because Nkunku is not a midfielder. Your midfield will have
He even
issues.
said this today in his interview that his best position is a false nine as a number 9.
Yeah, to me, Nkunku, when you guys brought Nkunku, I thought that was the plan because to me, Nkunku is as a false nine. To me, that works.
No.
It works to me.
No. Chimere, there's a fault with that argument. Okay, I don't know why you're bringing up that argument because Nkunku, the way except we bring in maybe like 4 additional exceptional forward players. Next season, Nkunku is a starting 11. There's no doubt about it. All these guys you've mentioned, are just going to be direct replacements. Okay, they're going to be immediate replacement for Nkunku. Maybe if we want to sub him in the 60 minutes or he's not starting. But as a starter, Nkunku is a senior player ahead of all these guys. You're talking about Modric. Modric playing from the left, it's no brainer. Nkunku starts first.
But that's not the point. You're not listening to the point.
For whatever reason,
you're not hearing my point.
I don't listen.
I'm hearing your point. Let me just finish analyzing your points.
Guys, can I jump in?
Hold on, bro. 2 seconds.
Before you go, the point I'm making to you is
nobody's saying. Let Chimere finish so that Abdul can go. Then I go because I want to speak.
Nobody's saying Modric is better than Nkunku. I don't think you're hearing my point. The point I'm making to you is if you bought Modric for the price you bought him from, you have to develop him. So my point I'm making to you is how are you going to buy somebody and then you're not going to develop the person? If you're going to buy Jackson, the price to develop him. But if you're playing Nkunku on the left, that hinders Modric's development. So that's what I'm saying. Because nobody's saying Modric is better than Nkunku. We all know Nkunku is a better player. But what I'm telling to you is this team is trying to rebuild and refresh. So Modric should be playing because he has to rebuild the investment you pay for him because he's a good player. So he needs to be playing.
Modric cannot see. Look, this argument you're having, I don't know. Maybe I should continue with it because you're making a typical opposition. Hold on, Abdullah. Now, hold on. That's the whole point of we being here. We can't just be moving on from points. Because the argument you're bringing is a typical, opposing fans argument. Oh, you spend this. Why are you doing this? Also, are you going to play everybody? So how is this going to develop? It's just like trying to twist argument for
nobody's twisting anything. Okay?
Abdullah, can I go next?
You're being a real opposing fan. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe to even continue with this, I don't know what formation Pochettino is playing next season. Okay, and Pochettino has not told me what position. What system he'll be playing. And I don't know, maybe he has told anybody what system he will play. If he goes
but he's known to play a 4-2-3-1 formation.
See, stop saying all of these kind of things. The formation Pep played in the last season, has he ever played it in his career?
He has.
He's played 3-4-3 before.
Yeah, the box 3. He played 3-3-3.
When was he playing it apart from last season?
He played it when he was in Barcelona.
So Abdul, are you telling me that Modric doesn't need to develop? That it won't be best for your club for him to develop. Is that what you're telling me? What I'm saying is foolish.
Did you catch what I said?
No, what I'm saying, but have you been catching?
No. Hold on. Every player can develop. We've all played football. It doesn't mean because you are 30 years old you don't have something to develop in your game. Every player has to develop. We know that. But did you catch what I said earlier on in the conversation? I said with young players, you cannot rely on them, no matter how talented they are.
You're not hearing my point.
You can't rely on Messi, even when Messi. Hold on, let me finish now. Hold on. You cannot, even when Messi was 18, 19, 20, you couldn't rely. It would have been suicidal to rely on him. But can they develop because of their talent? Can they deliver because of their talent? Yes, they can deliver. Okay, so developing a player doesn't mean he has to have every minute on the game.
That's not. Is
That's
that what
not
I?
development.
Is that what I
Yo,
said?
yo, yo,
It's
listen.
Foden. Hold on.
I
It's
gotta jump
Foden.
in.
It's Foden not developing. Didn't they develop Foden?
Abdullah is in Niger time. Let me jump in because I know he's gonna leave.
No, let's talk.
Yeah, okay. So listen, the reason why I was really eager to jump in is because Chimera is spot on. You know, I'm sorry to say this, Chimera is spot on, and he's on the opposing side. And the reason why I say Chimera is spot on, Abdullah, remember in your last stream, I told you Nicolas Jackson is not a striker.
Yes.
He doesn't listen. I watched Senegal versus Benin just because of Abdul. I said, let me
Brazil,
watch this guy.
Senegal, Brazil.
No. They played there was this Benin game they played. I wanted to watch that game. This guy played literally as if Ken's not taken in almost in the pivot.
Senegal against who?
It was Benin.
No,
Benin.
they played. No, was it Benin? Because they played Brazil.
No. I'm not talking
Brazil
about
now.
I know, but Benin. They played Benin before Brazil. There's other games. Abdul, you know how you watch that app?
I remember.
See how you watch that app? There's other games. Let me explain what I watched.
No,
because
so you watched.
hold on now.
You can't just give us blank information now.
Okay.
Okay. You watched him against Benin.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was their striker?
Dude, can I just finish? Listen, you guys have been speaking since.
But who was their striker against Benin now?
It doesn't matter who was their striker. All I'm trying to say is like Mikel. When Mikel plays
So
for Chelsea,
how do we believe your point?
Let Blue Eyes make his point.
Nah, man.
But we're asking him a question about his point. You just said
Abdul is on his period. Let me just
no. What I'm saying is you said a guy did not play a striker.
Yeah.
Okay. There must be a logical reason maybe why he didn't play this striking role.
Let me land. And I don't need to answer that question because I'm surprised you asked me that question.
So how are we going to accept your point then? If you can answer our question.
You know why? Let me make my point if you let me talk. Thank you, Chimere. Abdul, you can speak. I speak after you. Go ahead.
But guys, make your point then.
Abdul, it looks like you have a lot to say. Finish up. Make I talk. Listen, it doesn't matter who was the striker. All I'm saying is this: if you can be an adaptable player, you can play in any position. For example, Mikel. When Mikel plays for Chelsea, he plays as a holder. When he plays for Nigeria, he plays number 10. Are you going to ask me who is the striker for Nigeria when Mikel plays number 10?
So who said Jackson is not adaptable?
No. What I'm saying is, let me just finish. Let me just finish. Calm down. Chimere brought up a proposition saying that if Jackson plays up front, people like Mudryk, people like Nkunku could take a fall, especially when we're rebuilding. And you have to take that. You have to
because if he plays as a striker.
Can I just finish? Abdul, let me finish. Now,
you're going the wrong part. You're going the wrong part. I don't know what kind of argument is this.
Let me go.
I don't know what kind of argument is this. You're going down the wrong part.
Abdul, speak. I'll speak after
you.
No.
You said if Jackson plays as a striker, then the other guys will take a hit. How will they take a hit if they are not strikers?
Okay, but
Chimere, can you simplify it for him? Simplify it for him, please.
Is Nkunku not a forward? He's a forward.
But Nkunku can play anywhere in the forward line. But he can play anywhere in the forward line.
He's not a midfielder.
Did I call him?
He said it today. It's a number 9.
Abdullah, let me just finish my.
Hold on, Abdullah, what's that?
It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Let me just. I need to speak, man. Come on, I need to
finish.
We're not here to. It's not an Abdul Mike's day, man.
No, but you're just twisting argument. You're twisting argument.
Hold on, is this an Abdul public holiday?
No.
No, but can I have a word? What is this?
Go ahead.
Anyways, listen. All I'm saying is Chimere is spot on. And listen, Chimere and I might not come to the same conclusion when I say Chimere is spot on, but what he's saying is exactly the reason why I made this statement in Abdullahi's last stream. Hopefully people can let me speak. That I do not see Jackson functioning as, if you put him as a scoring option, trust me, we're going to trade him next season. Because he's going to be. Hold on now. Let me just finish it now.
I just did joke. I'll confuse you.
Let him finish.
I did that intentionally.
Again. Hold on now. Again.
I did that intentionally. I just wanted to make you scream.
I know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Listen. So again, like I said, let me make. I even forgot what I was saying. What was I saying again?
Jackson. I said
Jack
about
Jackson
Jackson.
now. So
Exactly. That's why I said in Abdullahi's last stream, I said, listen, guys, if we play Jackson in a score, if we put him in a scoring option, which we all know he can score, and like Abdul said, you've watched him many times and he's scoring goals. I've seen his comps, he scored some goals, but if you put him in a scoring option in EPL, guess what? We're going to trade him like Kai Havertz, because you know why we traded Kai Havertz, even though I didn't want to trade Kai Havertz, is because he did not convert. By nature, he wasn't a killer, but he couldn't put the ball into the net. People were judging him based on that, even though it's not really his trade. You bring a kid in like this at 22, like Abdul is saying, yeah, he is green behind the ears, and you give him scoring responsibilities, especially in a club like Chelsea, where if you don't score the next 2 games, oh boy, your ass is on a skewer. So for a guy like Chimere, for a guy like Jackson, in all honesty, I really think he plays in the midfield role. There's no space for him in an attacking role. If I were Pochettino, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say with Nicolas Jackson.
Chimere, congratulations on the boy who has a dream. Your take on Messi Mount.
I mean, to be honest with you, if it's 60 mil, like I said,
yeah, according to Fabrizio,
I'm walking away from that. I'm walking away.
And Austin said United will pay the money Chelsea wants.
I'm walking away from that from United. I'm walking away because, to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest. Mount will be honestly, because people don't. I don't know. The Mount his stock has fallen recently. People don't rate this guy, but from what I've seen, his abilities, he can press well. He can carry the ball. He's creative. And people seem to forget that he can pass the ball. I remember 2 years ago, he's completed 86% of his passes. So it's not like this guy can't pass the ball. He can pass the ball. So I think he will be a good addition.
Chimere. You know what? Moving forward, I don't trust you, Chimere, man. I've been in so many streams where Chimere was dissing Messi Mount. I can't believe
no, Blue Eyes.
Really?
Blue Eyes, this.
You're gonna do a U-turn like this, Chimere? Okay, good.
It's
no
because
problem.
Blue Eyes.
I got receipts, right, Chimere, and you and I have had this discussion.
No, Blue Eyes is because this guy, what's his name, was saying Bruno or Mason Mount. So of course I have to take Bruno. I have to knock down Mason Mount to talk about Bruno. That's how it works.
Now listen, Chimere, you're right. The value of Mason Mount to your club. If Mason Mount, if he go, listen, my own is all agenda based. So I already know Mason Mount is going to cook in Man U, but people won't take my proposition seriously because of my agenda with Mason Mount. That's the problem, but I know he will fit. And people were asking, can Mason Mount? Chimere, this is a challenge to you. I actually think the plan is to replace Bruno with Mason, maybe in 3 years when Mason is 27.
No. I don't think so, man. Bruno, the way Bruno is playing, man, this guy.
Hey, man. Remember Paul Scholes? Remember how Paul Scholes started? Remember Paul Scholes 3 years before he became what he was?
That's true. But if Bruno keeps playing every match like he's doing, man, his legs might be gone in a couple of years, man. If he keeps playing every match like he's been doing.
Yeah. I think Mason Mount fits. Listen, I think Mason Mount fits more.
Because he's pushing for the move and he wants to move, and I think Ten Hag has already made him a priority. So Chelsea will come to a compromise with him with 60 million, and that's gonna be what United's gonna add 5 million to the.
No, the deal will get done. The deal will get done because
we'll get done maybe Sunday, possibly Monday.
Because then at the end of the day, it's at this point like you can't. I'm not saying like that you don't that Chelsea doesn't value Mount, because Mount is valuable to Chelsea, but at the end of the day, it'll be too awkward, to bring him back. After he's made it clear he doesn't want to be here, he's going to a rival team. It's going to be too awkward. It's going to be. They'll work something out.
I know.
They'll leave. And as far as Mount, because to me, I don't know the full story of what happened with Mount and Chelsea. I don't know because I'm not a Chelsea fan.
This is the truth, which is difficult as a Chelsea fans. Like I said, I know majority of the truth, which as a fan base, you don't want to say it out because the player is going. But the actual truth is there's a problem between Mason and some players in Chelsea in terms of the locker room with his own teammates, and there is a problem with him with the boardroom. So some players are on Mason Mount boat, while some are not on Mason Mount boat in terms of the players. And on the boardroom, some of the boardroom hierarchies want him gone since last year, while some want him stay. So there's a conflict of an interest
Abdullah,
in between.
please, Abdullah, be very careful with this rumor. Be very
Look,
careful.
I'm being factual with you.
It's-
I'm not flipping. I'm being
But
very, very
but
factual.
Abdullah,
very
let me say it
careful
like
with
this.
Be very
Oh,
careful with that rumor, man.
No,
so
I'm telling
I'm
you
not
right
joking.
now.
I'm being
No,
factual.
I'm telling you right now. A lot. You know what I even found out, and I'm not even close to anywhere in the UK ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that all these things they say Mason Mount is the one holding Chelsea to ransom. He's far from it. Is far
But,
from it. Listen,
but bro, the
Mason
problem
Mount.
is,
Listen, hold on. Mason Mount has a team between him and Chelsea.
mm-hmm.
It's not like Mason Mount is like he's not holding Chelsea to no ransom. This is a
Yep.
business arrangement that both parties have to come to an agreement. And since they can't, Mason Mount is gone. Stop making Mason Mount sound as if he held us to ransom. He didn't do shit.
No. I'm not saying because Jimmy is asking what the actual problem in which, like I said, the rumor we don't know the exact truth right now, which is gonna come out maybe after his potential move to United. Everything's gonna be clearing out. But based on what I kind of know and the rumor, the report I'm hearing, I'm basing it on the report and the rumor I'm hearing. Get what I'm saying, Bryce? I'm not basing on what I'm hearing and what I'm kind of saying. That's what I'm basing it on. So in the
Yeah,
locker room, there is a problem with him and
yeah, but
some players.
I don't get it. How would you have problem with somebody that didn't even spend enough time in the locker room while he was injured?
I
You see
don't.
you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to say about these rumors? This guy didn't even spend out of all the players in that squad last season. Mason Mount probably spent the least time in the locker room
No,
as a starter.
there was a breakdown somewhere last. I think what I think it was. I think is, you know, I think it's because of the fact that he said, you know, maybe to him in his eyes, it's like, I'm a Chelsea boy or whatever. You know, I've loved this club or whatever. You didn't offer me. I've been their player this season. I helped you win
No,
the
it's
CL.
it's not that. It's not that. It's the fact that he risked it. This is what it's part of manipulating your contract. He risked it. You know, sometimes you gotta push the envelope. You gotta push to see if the other party will react. And he risked it. He said, "Yo, listen, if you guys want me, show me that you want me." Other kids would have done what Reece James did. People will say Reece James was smart. He signed it quick and he's done. At least now he's in. But Mason Mount kept it risky. He kept it risky. He he's trying to dance. He's trying to go to the dance. You take one step, I take two steps. It's the art of negotiations.
Yeah,
So,
I get you.
so you
So
think he
again,
just
Sorry?
so you think he just wants something new?
You say what, Shimmer?
So you think he just wants something new in his career, just something different.
It's not only that; it's also the fact that he also has an ego. His team is making him look. His team is presenting him as a product with an ego. He's not just going to go with the flow. You have to show like his team has to sell his value, and this is what we're seeing right now. And remember, like I said, the preamble to my statement, like I always say, Mason Mount didn't cost Chelsea a dime. So Todd Bowley has all the time in this world to make the exact amount that he wants with this investment. Oh, sorry, it's not even an investment. With this asset. With this asset.
No, man,
It's almost a fixed asset.
it's gonna be weird, man. I'm not gonna lie. If the
It is going to be weird.
It's gonna be weird, man. Seeing Mountain United, it's gonna be weird. Very weird.
But he fits like a glove, man.
Ten Hag knows what he's doing. Ten Hag knows what
he
he's doing.
fits like a glove, man. I was so
So,
pissed.
okay, Chimere, based on what you are hearing and saying, do you think United will pay what Chelsea want? Chelsea wants 65.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna. I think there's gonna be a compromise somewhere. It'll probably be like.
I hope you guys don't pay. I hope you don't pay. Please, I beg you, don't pay.
It's gonna be add-ons, probably something like
Yeah,
that.
because based on Fabrizio said the only problem that is holding them out to United is the structures of the add-on United had. Chelsea doesn't want it. Chelsea wants upper structure where it's gonna come up. They're gonna agree, like maybe 55 plus add-ons that's gonna be close to 60. That's what they want.
Not to be honest, people are calling Chelsea. I heard people calling Chelsea dumb and all that, but to be honest, Chelsea are doing what they're supposed to do. Because to be honest with you, like who I said, they didn't invest in Mount, so they're gonna keep saying no to see how much can we get out of Man U? How far are they willing to go? Because I think in the back of their mind they know that they're gonna let this guy go. You know what I mean? They know they're gonna let this guy go.
Yeah.
But they want to drive it up to say, okay, how much can we get out of United? How much are they willing to go? because they'll reach a compromise, but they just want to see how much does United want Mount, because I think because if we actually want to pay 60, they'll say, oh, they actually want to pay 60, they'll take it. They're saying
Chimere,
80 before. Remember, it
exactly.
went down to 60 now. It's all that is just when I hear all that, it's not even because Chelsea are just being stupid. It's because it's classic negotiation tactics just to get as much as you can.
Enough said. I hope I get my chance to speak, Abdullahi.
Sure. Because like I said, there's gonna be a compromise. Where United and Chelsea will come to a compromise. They will agree a deal.
Oh, yeah,
Mason wants to move, and I believe it will probably gonna happen maybe Sunday, Monday, something in between. Because based on
we
the
don't
report,
know. We don't know when it's gonna happen, Abdul. So
No,
Abdullah,
it will happen.
It will happen, Blacks. It will happen. It will happen.
It will happen.
now.
It will happen. But Chelsea, Chelsea are doing what they're supposed to do. They're trying to see how much get as much as we can.
Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now, guys. This is what I suspect, and I'm gonna jump in now. This is what I suspect. Todd Bowley and his team already forecasted how much they're going to make with Mason Mount. And I think that discussion was had with Ibrahimovic, because they had to. They must have done some kind of asset value transferred reports. What Mason Mount is worth in the market. So I have a funny feeling, and I know this, I'm way off because I'm not connected. Again, I'm not so connected to the football ecosystem in the UK. But I have a funny feeling that Mason Mount will go for close to 70 million Chimere. I really do. And you know what, Chimere? That's too small for this kid. 70 million is a steal.
United said that because he has a 1 year contract. That they
no, it's not even because of the 1 year. This guy is, if he's coached properly, though. Right now, he's shit. I agree. But if this boy is coached properly and used, the word is efficiently, he cooks. Now, I'm gonna before I even go there, I just need to say some things now, because you guys, I've listened to you guys for hours. I want to first start with Todd Bowley.
Yeah,
it's very important. It is very important we shine the light on Todd Bowley and his team.
Saudi Arabia contract and everything.
So, Chimere, imagine doing business with somebody who, when we sold Kai Havertz in his absence,
70 million.
We sold him at 70 million COVID in the COVID era. This is why I love Todd Bowley. In the COVID era. Fast forward how many years from that COVID era, Abdullahi?
2-3 years.
Is it 3 years or 3 seasons?
3 years.
3 years. 3.5 seasons? Thank you.
2020, yeah. 3 years now.
Chimere, guess how much you sold Kai Havertz for?
65 mil, right?
70.
One. We're going to go to somebody else very, very shortly. Abdullah, we talked about somebody in your stream last week that went for net zero as well. There's somebody else there. There's a bunch of people that are actually going, like, we're clearing house at net zero deals. Meaning, in some cases, we even walk away positive. Yeah, and in most cases, we're walking away even after depreciation factor. Guess what that defines? That defines shrewd business people. Shrewd business people. And you know what? What I've come to embrace is the fact that, listen, unfortunately, some of us, people like me, are going to have to let go of our loyals. People like the Mounts, it's painful. People like Havertz, people like Jorge, Jorginho, it's painful. But if you're doing deals with aces in your team and you're coming out on top, that's why I've been really mute. That's why I can't really talk, because what do I have to say? You're actually doing good business.
No, that's good business.
Not only that, listen, guess what they did with Kai Havertz principal when they sold Kai Havertz? Chimere. They went across the canal and bought a team in Germany. They bought stakes in Germany. So listen, it's all over the place right now, which is expected. It's madness. It still looks like what do you call it? A dog's breakfast. That statement. It's all over the place. But trust me, man, it's coming together. It's coming together. I'm starting to see some kind of rhythm being put together by the DJ. Mason Mount is going to be painful. But if we get 60 million, 70 million for Mason Mount, we are way ahead of the curve.
Man, if we pay 70 million for Mount, man, that
yeah. But you have to consider Chimera. You have to consider neighbor tax. What do you call rival tax in this kind of business? You have to pay for that equity. You have to. We pay. How much do we pay Carl? I see Carl. How much do we pay Carl for Sterling?
35 million.
France, my brother. Yes, Chooks talk football, my brother. Thank you very much. France, thank you, not Germany. Thank you, France.
France, yeah.
I see the chop on that
Chooks,
study.
Yeah, you see, I can't see the chop the money. Chooks, my brother. Thank you for correcting me. Now Friday, cause I may make mistake. Now France, yes. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I listen. I cannot emphasize the shrewdness, if that's a word, excuse my vernacular, the shrewdness that Todd Bowley and team have decided to unleash onto this Chelsea enterprise. So I'm curious to know. I really don't think we've gotten a striker yet. This is where I'm going to end my statement, Abdullah. I really don't think we have gone out to get a striker yet. I think what do you call it? I think Jackson, Nkunku, Madueke, Modric should go on loan. Modric should go on loan. He doesn't belong. This level of
you gotta give him time.
Give him time, guys. You gotta give him time.
Try.
He
needs to play for like something like this team. Brighton. Not Brighton. No, the other one. Brentford. Not Brentford. What's the one that went to do
Nani?
No, not Nani.
No,
Mudryk. Right.
Oh, okay.
No, you mean Shakhtar?
No, he needs to go to There's a team that he. I don't like.
Guys, relax on Relax on him.
He needs to go on loan, man. He needs
No,
to go
but
on loan.
I remember before you guys bought Modric, he hadn't played for like 2 months.
Yes, he hasn't played for 2 months because of the Ukrainian war.
Yeah, and he's just adjusting.
Chimere, Blue has a bias for and against certain players in global football. So
here we go.
I wouldn't.
Here we go.
Pay much attention.
This is Abdul. This is. Listen, all I'm saying. Anyways, I need to finish here before I have more hatred on even some pundits. Again, this is the time has come for us. Listen, I'm not here to toot Todd Bowley's horn. I'm just here to say that this radical approach, this disruptive approach to executing football business in this day and age by a rookie in the football world, this so-called rookie that people are calling Todd Bowley. Now people are saying Chelsea is cheating. Now people are saying
but Blue Eyes, I want you to like. I'm not aware. You know,
you're always not aware, but I know. Come keep going.
No. Blue Eyes, stop. What I'm trying to say is this the Bowley effect or the post-Vivell effect?
Very good question. It is the post-Vivell effect, but guess what? When you see a baby lion,
you can't do this without the ownership.
When you see a baby lion dancing in the middle of a butcher's market, you know mother lion is nearby. So what
if
you see
you know.
Vivell, if you know, you know. What you see in Vivell is a reflection of Todd Bowley. It doesn't matter. Look, it's like Miami Heat. I'm a Heat fan. I know you guys are tired of me saying it. Whenever you see Spoelstra, anytime people are talking about Spoelstra being this genius, it's Pat Riley. Pat Riley is the puppeteer behind the scenes. He's the main guy.
So you think Bowley is just driving it? You think Bowley is just driving it, but the brains behind it is Vivell?
No, you know what? Bowley. No, let me put it this way. From what I've seen, Bowley knows how to play with money.
He knows what he's doing.
When you know how to play with money, right? Guys that know how to play with Carl will help me here, but guys that know how to play with money are able to structure it and watch it grow and bring in actors that will make the deal flourish.
Fair. Because I don't think I've seen.
Let me ask you a question.
Sorry, I don't think I've seen anybody with an impressive clear out in football. I've not seen anybody have this kind of impressive clear out in football.
Yeah, but Abdul, but let's be clear. Let's be honest with ourselves. He has no choice. He's got no choice.
No, I know we have no choice but to turn the clear out into some kind
He,
of positive.
he has no
And
he has no choice. I mean, let's take the Mount situation. The Mount situation, Bully's wasting his time. United are going to buy him for the price that they're going to buy him at, because if he doesn't do that, come January, guy goes on a free. He loses revenue. Oh, and by the way, the reason why he's doing this is because you don't have UCL, which means there's a shortfall in your revenue, which he's responsible.
Carl, Carl, hold on. Before you go any further, we don't lose no revenue. He didn't invest any revenue in him.
No, hear me out.
Let's calm down with that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Actually, you lose the revenue from the UCL that you should have gotten. Right? The fact when you go through the group stage,
I'm saying if Mason Mount leaves for free, Carl, correct me because
No,
you're a
yeah,
finance
Mount-
guy. If
Mount
Mason
is
Mount,
a transaction. My point with Mount is the fact that yes, he didn't invest anything, but you lose the revenue if you don't sell him for 50. So you don't get anything.
but that 50 was because of the price tag we put. It's a forecasted 50. It's like it's a dream. It's a dream. It's not.
I agree, but he's haggling right now with United. United are saying, okay, if you don't want to sell the player, we'll just wait till January, we get him on a free. So it's a buyer's market, right? But he's executing the best he can given the situation he's in, and he's doing the right thing.
Who, Mount or Bowley?
Yeah, he's doing the right thing.
Who, Bowley or Mount?
No, Bowley's doing the right thing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
He's doing it. He's absolutely doing the right thing. This is what he's supposed to do. Do it quickly, do it early, get them out, sell them, ship them off, start the season on a fresh plate with a new manager, with a new vision, and a role. That's what he's doing. He's doing well. You always make lemonade from lemons. That's what he's doing very well.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That he's doing. I've not seen an owner do so well from a clear out.
But he has no choice. That's what Abdul. Yes. What's he going to do?
That's true. Let me quickly read the shot.
What do you mean? No. What do you mean, though? What do you mean he has no choice? No, it's not. You can't say that. How? I want to explain.
What if he doesn't?
Flesh it out.
Let me explain. Okay. If he doesn't sell these players, and he loses revenue this year because no UCL, there's no guarantee of top four. There's nothing. We're all not guaranteed of top four. He loses 300 million, which means that he has a problem with his wage to income, has a problem with FFP compliance. He has to sell. He has to.
No. I don't think Chelsea has to sell. Though.
You have to sell.
He has to
Exactly.
sell.
That's what I'm saying.
No. I don't think
Exactly,
Chelsea has
Abdul.
to sell.
He can't
I
say
think
right.
this is just. I
That's
think
why I'm
that is
confused.
just.
That's why I'm confused.
Guys,
Right,
you
your
have
wage-
to sell.
Your
Go on.
wage income right now.
We don't have to sell. What do you mean we have to sell?
Listen. Okay, there's one of the things about change that you confront the brutal facts. You don't beat around the bush. Here are the facts. Right now, your wage income is over 100%. Over 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have UCL. There's no revenue coming in. None. You don't have Europe. So right now, you're entering the season at over 100% wage to income with a revenue deficit. Right now, you have to sell to make the shortfall and reboot again, which he's doing well. But to say that
How? Because we didn't make Champions League for one season. We've gone
because
broke.
right, your wage
Come on,
bill
Carl.
is over 100% right now. You have guys on the books who just bought and put on contract for 7 years who are eating up that revenue that you have. Oh, and by the way, stadium as well. He has to sell. You just have to sell. It's just normal. You have to sell. And it's
No,
not.
I think the only reason why we're selling these players is because we have a high number of player personnel. So basically, we need to. It's basically like they're changing strategy. I don't think they are doing this. I don't think they are doing this because of missing the UCL for one season.
Abdul, it's because you have a problem with UEFA next year, which is the new FSI, which has said you cannot be above 70% wage.
70% up. You're up on my league team.
Cannot. So you have to sell to make the shortfall.
Carl,
Now,
but this is Carl. Carl, can you hear me? I don't know why Carl is breaking off because I really wanted to.
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. No.
Yeah,
But,
I hear you.
yeah, no, you're breaking off, Carl, because I wanted to hear what you were saying. Can you repeat your last statement? Then I'll ask
So
you
what
my
I-
question.
I can hear him. I
I'm
can hear
saying
him.
the fact that right now the new UEFA rules around FFP are very clear. This crazy guy, Goodell from US and what's his name from Tottenham, Daniel Levy, have engineered this rule about wage to income ratio. Like you cannot be beyond 70% wage to income, or else you will be kicked out of the major competitions. It's clear.
Hold on, Carl. I hope you guys are aware that UEFA is just an organization.
Abdul,
because people seem to forget. They think like what UEFA says is the
Abdul,
Bible and the Quran.
Abdul, it is
It's
the
only
Bible.
a matter of time.
Abdul,
I
sorry,
guarantee you,
Abdul,
take it to the bank. It's a
Abdul.
matter of
You
time.
can try to spin this any way you can. The facts are the facts.
But this is reality. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
This
just
is
telling you,
reality.
Abdul, again. The quicker you come to the facts, the better you will be.
No,
There's no
leave all this one.
It's
Leave all
clear.
this one. But did you see
The reason
Saudi
why this
coming
guy
in?
is selling
No,
from
did you see
27
Saudi coming 2 months ago?
Saudi is not part of UEFA.
No, but did you see Saudi coming
Anyways,
2 months ago?
guys, let me say something really quick. And it's funny, Abdul beat me to the chase by his last statement, and I wanted to direct that to Carl. Carl, can we talk about the creativity in? I think this is the first time in football history, and all you historians in football, please help me out here. This is the first time in EPL football history that we've seen an owner go out of the box to go and look for a market to buy his assets. Flowers.
Not the first time. Abdul.
Who did that?
City do it all the time.
We
have CFG.
Who?
CFG.
Where with two?
Girona,
we're talking about Virgin Territory.
No.
Guys.
Let me give you examples. Angelino, where did he go to? I'm giving you examples.
Hold on. Okay. If I wish Abdullah had the stats, I want you to pull up how many players from Chelsea just went to Saudi.
Blue Eyes. And I can give you 20 players from City went to the CFG group. 20 last year.
No. We're talking no. Listen. If you want to talk about creativity, hold on. Let me just line. If you want to talk about, hold on.
That is where I'm going.
Right. Let me help you out here, right? Not only do they farm them out to CFG, they own the bloody clubs overseas.
Oh, okay.
You don't own Saudi.
No, but okay. Carl, and Abdul, let me just say something before you jump in. Listen, Carl, I'm going to ask you a question, and please be very direct with me. Name 3 players that were traded to that CBG. What do you call it? CBG?
Let me give you one. Tati Castellanos is 1. 2, Angelino 2. Right? One guy, Alexis Garcia.
Okay, hold on. Hold it right there. Just hold it right there.
3
Let's
players.
move on. Hold on. Let's move on from this discussion. Because if you ask me the same question, Carl.
You said I should name me 3. I give you 3 already quickly. I give 20.
Ask me the same question, and I'll tell you, and I'll name at least 3 players that I watched.
Hold on. Your argument is saying that there's nobody who's done it before. I give you an example of a club who has 11 clubs around the whole world who do it all the time.
Carl.
In fact, it's so good that Chelsea actually had to go and buy a new club called Salzburg. They're trying to copy the CFG model.
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. No, but listen, all I'm saying is this. We traded at least 4 players that are worth nothing less than 40 million, and I'm being conservative here. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong in the chat.
I hear you.
No, hold on now. No, Carl, let me just finish. Let me finish, then you can go. We've traded, and if you do a head count, let's say there's 5 of them. That's 200 million.
Right. I understand your need.
No. Let me just finish now, Carl. Let me finish. Then you can go. No, Carl, let me finish. I want to ask you a question. Because when you say that you guys traded players to this CBG team, you guys are trading no-name players.
Lois.
These are people that are supposed to be.
Let me wake you up, Lois. The reason why you're doing it because you need the revenue, or else you will fill FFP. Period. Let's be clear. So you can sugarcoat it all you want. The reason you're doing to Saudi is because you will fail FFP if you do not do it.
You mean like if you guys fail and you have to return that Champions League? Yeah.
No,
exactly.
Yeah, you can troll all you. I'm just giving you the fact.
No, I'm not trolling. It's the truth. If you guys don't make it, you won't get that Champions League.
The beauty of the Champions League is that when you win the Champions League, all of a sudden you're a big boy.
You're not a big boy yet. Now you have to win 2. You have to win 2.
And then Blue Eyes, the fun thing about it is that you actually have to, not only you win the Champions League, you win the treble, and you win the 3-peat on top of it.
No, you have to win 2 Champions Leagues.
No,
Then you can have a discussion
you
with
have to
me.
win it 3 times.
Blaise,
No, you
don't
have
do,
to win
relax,
2.
don't do this.
Have
It's better
you,
respect my
if
And you have
team.
to
Don't
No, Carl, on a serious
and
note,
on the way
can
on the way to your
no,
treble blue eyes, right? You have to beat Man United, who had the previous treble, to prove that you're actually worthy of it. So we can argue about this all day. Now let's get back to the facts.
Carl, can
Let's
you
get back
just
to the facts.
clarify this for me? Clarify this for me.
The facts of see, I don't do this. I'm not doing it because I hate Chelsea. You know I don't hate Chelsea. I'm just giving plain vanilla facts. Now you can take it any way you want. The reason why Bully is doing this, when he's doing it well, is because if you don't do it, you fail FSR. Period.
No, but Carl, most of this money, if not all of it, is still going to be reinvested buying players this summer. So
Why?
where's the FFR then?
Which is why again you're going to have to sell a boatload of players, because if you don't sell a boatload of players, you won't be able to reinvest the money. It's very simple. Now, if you had Champions League, you have that wiggle room of 100 million. You can say, okay, we're going to get 100 million from the group stage. We can play with that. You don't have that.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, we sell for maybe like 100 million. We're still going to reinvest that 100 million.
Abdul, who is the Jackson guy you got? Jackson, what's his name? What's his name?
Nicola Jackson.
Nicola
How
Jackson.
much?
35 million.
Who is that guy? Who is he exactly? What is he supposed to do?
He's a striker
Like
now.
the same time you guys picked up Julian Alvarez. Who knew him?
So why?
He's a striker.
We got Julian Alvarez after we knew we were going to get Erling Haaland. Why don't you get a big player for 50, 60 million? Why? Because you can't afford it.
No, but we're getting according to words on this, according to the news, we are getting Caicedo.
We should have right. See,
no. My point is okay. We are going to generate like 200 and 300, between 200 and 300 million. But it's almost guaranteed that 90% of those funds are going to be reinvested in the team, because we need to rebuild.
Abdul, you generate 200 million, right? What do you lose compared to your peers who are in the UCL this year in group stage alone?
Hold on, I need to say, Abdul, let me say something for that.
150.
Hold on, let me just say something quick. I want Carl. I know. Congratulations. Hold on. Let me just say something. I want to answer the question. Hold on. Let me answer. No. I just want to say something. I want to say something before I forget it.
I'll be quiet, right? You and I and Abdul have been down this road for the past 12 months. And every time we go down this road, when it ends up at the end, I'm always right.
Hold on. Let me.
You know why?
Let me just say something.
I don't do this. I give you the facts. Now,
if you can let me finish now, I just want to say something.
Go ahead,
what are we
Blaise.
talking about again? We're talking about
money generated, players spent, players sold.
I'll not go agree person talk person. Oh, yeah, this is what I want. Abdul, thank you very much. Listen, I need to remind Carl. Carl, welcome to the big leagues. I need you to be humble. Welcome to the big leagues. You know why I say that with all due respect? Is because just because we didn't make Champions League next year doesn't mean we are not ready to come out of it. We're a big club.
Never said you are.
You're trying to think that
I'm not saying that.
No, hold on. Let me just finish now. Carl, you go in 5 minutes.
But don't
let me. I know. Then you can prove me wrong. That's what I'm saying. When it's your turn, you prove me wrong. We are not hurting. It's not like we're hungry. We can afford to be 3 years without Champions League and nothing happen. I don't know if you understand, Carl.
That's not right. That's actually
exactly. You wouldn't know, because when you become a big club, you'll understand.
That makes why it's not true. Yeah. Right? Because of the revenue, buddy. You cannot afford, with that wage bill, to be outside the UCL for 3 years. It will kill you. Forget about the title itself. The revenue will kill you. You can't afford it.
Because if you look at our sponsorship, now we're having a problem with the sponsorship.
Because
we're supposed to get.
Oh my goodness, Chelsea has, listen, guys. And this is to Abdullah, not to Carl. Carl is making a point, but this is to Abdullah. Listen, Chelsea fans. Hi, Chelsea don't spoil.
No, Blaise, I get. See, Blaise, we have to understand something. I get what Mr. Carl said.
No. Listen, winning Champions League, qualifying for Champions League is everything. But I cannot believe that we are actually under the impression that because we don't reach chop 4, we say we don't go chop.
No,
that's not my club. That's not my club. Lie.
Right. There's a reason why Roman, in all his glory and his beautiful, magnificent madness,
When a manager fumbles top four, he kicks them there. Even though the man is funding the club. One is prestige. Two, it's income, baby. It's income. United lost sponsors and dropped sponsors, and sponsors cut their revenue to United because they dropped out of top four. As big as United are, it's a big deal. The top four is a trophy in itself in terms of the revenue you get from that competition. Newcastle, right now, because of the UCL, are going to flex. They're already flexing already because they got the revenue. They're buying.
This is Newcastle that hasn't been in. This is Newcastle that hasn't been in top four for the past 30 years.
What I'm telling, hear me out, Blue. 1 minute. Hear me out, right? Newcastle want to buy Chiesa and Tonali. You know why? Because they know that no matter what happens, even if they drop to Europa League, they still get the revenue from Champions League and they net out. Net.
Of course, this is a team that just made it to top four, so they need every kind of revenue.
Exactly. I'm explaining to you the reason why they can flex. Now, imagine going 3 years for Chelsea with your current wage income ratio, and you cannot make UCL.
Let me tell you, Carl. Carl, let me help you out. We're not listening. We're going to go this 1 year, but that's it. But the reason I say 3 years, hold on, let me just finish. The reason I say 3 years is because we are a fat toad in this football game. We're one of the fat toads in this football game. Doesn't matter how you look at it. We are a big club.
Nobody
so,
says.
It's like listen, I'm not comparing myself to Real Madrid, or like Barcelona. But if Barcelona doesn't make Champions League next year, you're going to tell them, oh, you guys are going to lose revenue.
Yes, they will lose revenue.
I know. I know they had to auction their players. I know.
Why do you think Barcelona, right, puts 10 levers?
Yeah, I know. Preach. That's not us. Chelsea's different, bro. We build different, bro. No, it's
the same thing. It's the same thing.
No, we're built different. Sorry, we're not the same. No, stop.
Let me go to the chat.
Hold on, Abdullah. No, Abdullah, 2 seconds, please. So the thing is, okay, the fault me I find with Carl's argument is, okay, it's based on like just one argument. And I believe the reason why we're doing what we're doing has multiple arguments to it.
I don't disagree.
Okay? The thing is, if you say part of the reason we are doing it is to restructure our spending so that it doesn't affect the club. Either we are in UCL or we're not in UCL. Okay, I would agree with you. So we give these guys. Hold on, I'll just make it quick. We give these guys 7-year contract, 8 years contract. We buy players who are young. Okay, so that if we are inside or outside UCL, it doesn't really matter. Okay, but if you just say, hold on, Carl, 2 seconds.
No, because you're the point I want to agree with you on, right? Why do you think he's doing 7-year contracts?
That is what I'm saying. There's multi dimensions. There's multi dimensions to the argument. But your own argument is the media. Okay,
no, Abdul, I'm not. I do the media shit. Okay, let me be clear. Why do you think he's getting a 7-year contract? Why?
That is what I'm saying.
You tell me why you think he's giving 7-year contracts.
That is what FFP.
So not to comply. Abdullah, that's the point. It's not to comply with FFP.
Let me explain to you, right? The reason why he's amortizing those over 7 years because he needs to make sure he's compliant with FFP. Period.
It's not because he has to comply with FFP. It's so that even if we are not in the UCL, it doesn't have a significant impact on the club.
Abdul, buy yourself a beer.
So either we're in the UCL, we're not in the UCL. It doesn't impact the club.
Abdul, buy yourself a beer. You shall be ball. Buy yourself a beer, my brother.
Abdul, listen, you can fool yourself all you want. What impact is it trying to avoid on the books, the finances?
Yeah, negative financial impact.
And it's all about financial fair play and the major rule that UEFA have set. You can deceive yourself all you want. I'm not here to do this. I'm telling you the facts. Now, he's doing the right thing by selling guys off the books to make sure that net, he's okay. He's doing the right thing. But to say that it's some kind of ingenious way no, it's not. Mm-hmm. I talked about this months ago. I told Abdullahi months ago that this was going to happen. No,
you didn't. Because you said you even bring the proof in terms of document and everything.
Period. Now
That
he's
shows
doing
it.
the right thing and
It's
doing it
even on the
early.
stream. You can go back and watch the stream. It's there.
He's
I
doing
can't
it
bring it
nice
up.
and early. I agree with you. But let's not be deceived that he's doing it because of the fact that you missed the target this season of staying in Europe, which means he has to
No,
compensate by getting
no. I'm not taking that. And the reason why I'm not taking that, Carl, with all due respect, is this man, and I'm not here to, it's not about Todd Bowley, but I think what he's doing in Saudi cannot be underrated.
But Bless, I get what you say, but you have to look at it this way. These people that's an American, they are business people and they are very intelligent and smart when it comes to money and everything. And I said it already. It also affects the sponsorship when it comes to our jersey because we have that problem when it comes to Alliance, Stake, Paramount Plus, where amount of money they want to pay us in terms of amortization and everything, and sponsorship and everything. So now we're looking at Stake, a gambling share sponsor, which the Premier League is kind of not liking. And also Paramount Plus, where they're gonna collide with USA and everything because
Listen,
Paramount Plus is
Abdullah, the thing with that comment you just made is you are assuming that it's doom and gloom for Chelsea. Just
no.
because
No.
Hold on. Let me make my statement. You know, let me make my statement. And I expected your reaction. That's why I made that statement. Let me play the Adu card. I expected your reaction. That's why I made that statement. Because when you said no,
right. Todd is doing the right thing. The problem is that you're deceiving yourself in thinking he's doing it because of some injury. He has to do this because he's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
He has to do this.
No, Carl. Of course Carl, calm down now. Carl, I beg. The only reason why I'm saying he deserves his flowers, okay? And I'm saying he deserves his flowers because I'm a Chelsea fan. Maybe it's an overstatement because you're not, or the rest of the world is not. But as a Chelsea fan, listen, he found out that 40%, and again, this is me outside the football ecosystem in the UK. He found out that 40%, maybe that's an overstatement, 40% of his squad don't want to be there. And that means bad energy. And none of the competitive teams in the UK, in France, because we saw what happened to Ziyech when he went to PSG. Enough said. In France, in Italy, in Spain, none of these teams are willing to pay competitive prices for players that don't want to be in the squad. So what does he do? And I'm guessing here, maybe I'm wrong. I feel Toboli had dinner in Riyadh. Let's have a discussion. He had dinner. You know how people make fun of him and as how he always has dinner. I think he had dinner in the right place in Riyadh.
But Bless, you also have to look at the fact that Mr. Hold on. You have to also look at the fact that
let me respond back real quick, right? Reason why he had dinner in Riyadh is because he knows that if Saudi don't buy those players, you're fucked. Period. That's why he had dinner. That's it. If Saudi don't come to his rescue and take those players off your books, you're screwed.
Yeah, but he hasn't forced them now.
No. See, Blue Eyes made the argument that he had dinner in Riyadh. And I'm saying, okay, fine. The reason why he had dinner in Riyadh is, hey, guys, you got to help me out to get these assets off my books. Yeah, because if you don't get them out of my books, I am really, really screwed.
Yeah, don't forget, those assets you're talking about, they are all Muslims.
It's irrelevant whether they're Muslim or not. It's irrelevant.
God bless you, Carl. God bless you, Carl. I need to kill that argument.
It's irrelevant.
No. What I'm trying to get at is he found a favorable
irrelevant. Thank you, Carl. You said it all.
He found a palatable asset to the Saudis. Okay,
is Leo Messi posting that they want to pay $1 billion for him?
No. But what I'm trying to say is, okay. It's not just about, I have this asset, I want to give it to you. Are you going to take it? Okay.
It's not the Muslim.
No. It's assets that are desirable to them that he went to sell to them. And it's not his fault.
So CR7.
No. You guys are saying as if you guys are talking as if he went to Saudi and forced down assets down their throats.
And you're saying that because they're Muslim made it easier for them to get them.
Let me quickly get the
That's not
shots.
what I said, though. That's not what I said, though.
Is that not a possibility?
No.
No.
Oh, no. This is a footballing reason.
Let me quickly get the shot. We can get out of here. So BSC said Maldini getting fired started the domino effect in AC Milan. No comment. Yes, that I agree. Nicolas Jackson has the best. No comment. We'll see. T1, shout out to you. Say Jackson look like he can hold the ball, allow wingers and Nkunku to play off him and see if he can continue to create chances with Trav. We'll see. Do Chelsea 004 Life said, you all talked about Mendy leaving and Poch everyone kept as number one. I'm not sure. We see a lot. I'm not sure. It's funny because I see Mount Ava still interacting with Chelsea players on the Twitter, even in the last few days. Interesting to know how the departure will affect their season. We shall see. Big up to you, co-host. Where have you been? Making money. Shout out to you. United are in a better position. Let's be real. Co says 65 million. Okay. Vote for office.
Is that Steve?
That's Steven.
Hey, Steve, my brother. I see you, my brother. I see you.
Abdullah, do you want to go all the way? You've got a lot of them to read, man.
Let me just.
There's a lot of them to read, and they are very long.
Let me just kind of branch it a little bit. Front four of vote for Africa last, please. Don't do this, please. No comment. Vote stop.
Both flex, my brother. Don't be small, both flex.
Stop.
Yo, vote with your feet. God bless you.
Yeah, sick vote for doing this. I don't know what happened to Chelsea. I've never seen fans celebrating outgoing like this. It's an happy moment, man.
It's a happy moment.
Chelsea spent it and finished with no European place on 6-7 years contract. Bowley has to sell. It's simple. Don't lie to yourself. Think Bowley is 100% doing this for Poch. Watford also have a several Feders club. The Bozo family is nothing new. Vote also said Chelsea won't produce one player from Salzburg in the next 5 years. Abdullah said Chelsea already have the best facility. If they cannot go there, what is the Salzburg going to do? We'll see. Vote also said Fabrizio said something interesting as well. He said Jackson will sign for more than 5-6 years. He will likely sign 7.5 years or 8 years contract. That is complying with FFP. Okay. Keyman said just handling out life. Keyman, you are sick in the head for saying this.
You guys are sick. No, but it's funny he called it life sentences, but that's the only way they can.
Vote said all of Chelsea players, the Saudis signed the Muslim. Chelsea had the highest concentration of Muslim players in the Premier League. FFP problem then out of nowhere the Saudis game. Ironic. Yeah, you see. Let him talk. Vote also said there's a reason Paul signed a 2 years contract. He doesn't get a UCL football in those 2 years. The board will force to sack him. Chelsea cannot afford to fail out of UCL for the next 3 years. Good. Vote for your faith. Fofana, but actually that's to Fofana are all Muslim. It is also ironic that we have a lot of Deadwood players that are Muslim all way. No, it's just a coincidence. 1/2. Relax. Kiman also said, but of course, the Muslim players will find move to Saudi far more alluring than Muslim players themselves. Relax. Vote also said, Kiman, this is not a coincidence. Relax, you guys are sick, man. And Vote said, this is also a problem with the fan base, celebrating outgoing like we won the UCL. What team do we have now? A mid-table team. So, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming in. Like the video, subscribe, smash the like button. We're gonna do a celebrating party. When I hear we go for Mason Mount. But don't worry.
Peace,
I have done my celebrating my party for Kaya Vat. It can bounce. I'm waiting for Mount. Here we go. I'm gonna dance Makosa, Ashake, Olamide. Peace out, guys. God bless. Stay safe. Peace, everybody.
Right.
Thank you, guys.